Evening, evening, everybody. Evening, guys. We're back at it again. It seems like it's been absolutely ages. And I know, like me, you guys have been climbing up the walls to get back into this. So we'll pick straight up momentarily. And thanks everybody who's tuning in as well. So, as I said, jumping straight back into it. We have just concluded the combat on your journey south, trying to get across the border from Nostramar into the Kingdom of Wintelis. You've battled the weather conditions, that imposing blizzard that has been threatening your flank the entire journey south. You've had run-ins with this shady hooded group that seem to be pursuing you because of something that you have on you. You haven't had run-ins with them recently, but there is every reason to believe that they are still out there, they're still looking for you, and as per 2 sessions ago, there's a strong inclination that they may be starting to close in on which direction you've taken to go south. That is the conclusion that you yourselves have drawn from something that happened as you were leaving Aetherwind. You fought the Frost Giant. Congratulations. You slayed Hrawmag, the Blizzard Bringer, together with his ravenous pack of dire wolves. And in the process, you managed to obtain his mount, which was a large woolly mammoth, which through the quick actions of both Osro and Torrik, you've now tamed, so to speak. The animal itself is not as docile as a horse, and that is going to be something that you'll have to contend with as you grow that bond with the creature and manage it on your journey. We loaded up onto the wagons, carts. You were able to save Betty. I believe it was Betty that we were able to save, the one draft horse that was Arwen's. Suffered a severe amount of cold damage, but through the quick actions by Luminari, you're able to bring her back. So you still have your 2 draft horses, you still have 2 wagons, a cart, a mule, and a large woolly mammoth. You're pretty much like a massive convoy now. We start off on the road. You have 2-day journey from where you are past the slippery slopes to slippery slopes. No, an unnamed hill. The slippery slopes were further north. As of now, unnamed hill, not the slippery slopes. But you're heading south. 2 days to Axepoint. How are you spending that time? Who's navigating during this time? Firstly, who is navigating?
I'll throw my hat in.
Torrik is okay.
I'll assist.
So, with Osro's assistance, take it, Osro, are you going to be up front with the mammoth?
Yeah.
I think we were both on the mammoth last time.
Both on the mammoth. Yeah.
Yep.
And I assume Torrik is going to be going up to get advantage. You're going to be taking flight.
I'll be continuing to just put the salve on my wings. I'll just let them heal.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. You took some injuries, didn't you? Defending Aetherwind from that attack. Okay. Then. So you can either both. One of you can roll as you navigate the journey.
You can take advantage.
Okay. What will I be rolling?
Links for your navigating.
Sorry, can you say that again? I didn't come through.
You're doing a survival check.
Okay.
A standard survival check for your navigating. You have got a road to follow more or less, but the weather conditions are sometimes.
So that's 21 with advantage.
Yeah. So with ease and without any penalty to days travel, you are able to navigate that journey, stay on the road, avoid any of the obstructions that we talked about, potentially abandoned carts and things like this without any difficulty. And with 2 days worth of rations consumed, which everybody can do now, consume your rations and shout if you haven't got any rations, if anybody's still struggling.
I need rations. I can give you some rations.
Yeah, I caught up those dire wolves, so I'm good.
Timber. I'm just going to be chilling in one of the back of the carts, resting.
Okay, yeah. So during this time,
Yeah.
yes, everybody obviously have come off the back of quite a serious fight here. So during this time,
I was doing
you
the same.
haven't
I was
had.
resting as well.
Yeah. So in terms of navigation and taking in turns to keep watch and things as you're traveling, everybody can take long rests and regain your health, spell slots, etc. Okay.
Sweet.
All right. Well,
Anchor.
everybody's consumed and swapped their rations. Everybody's watered for 2 days. Okay. On the start of the third morning, as the lights to drop off and you start downwards, that kind of grade the land seems to drop off and you start heading down a little bit. I said a little bit in the past that you would start to see way off in the distance. Now this is more information fed through Torek. I should have pointed out because of his higher, on the ground level, you guys can only see so far forward, but the higher up you go, you'll start to see off in the distance with keen sight the change in environment. The icy tundra gives way to something that looks like greenery, but the details need to be when you get a little bit closer. But more importantly, what looms now into the closer is the sprawling town of Axepoint. It is larger than Greyfields. It is larger than Icefjords. It's not quite city size like Glacier City was, but it's definitely an up and coming town, sizable town. You see a plethora of things on the same level with slight increasing gradients as there are points of interest. There seems to be some kind of religious structures, what looks like some kind of keep, and just a multitude of chimneys, all with smoke rising from them. You see a small trickle of people heading down towards what looks like a gatehouse, and as you are coming into sight and you're coming over the hill, you're starting to see the first signs of people, merchants and things coming down from other smaller roads that are joining the main road. You draw some glances. Osro, you in particular, with Torek when he occasionally comes down, the two of you are drawing a lot of glances because a lot of people are stopping and watching this lumbering furry creature that is just heading towards the gates with this convoy behind. Okay, you are, for intents and purposes, heading towards that gatehouse. You see certain structures that look like stabling, exterior stabling. If there is anything you want to do now, before you get into close proximity with the gatehouse and the stables, now's your time.
Nothing in particular, I guess. Approach the stables, I suppose.
Yep.
Okay. I've just been told we're having some technical issues with the stream. Some things are Tag, are you aware of that? Okay. So yeah. Okay, then if everybody's happy to do so, then you'll basically join that line of small grouping of people that are waiting to go into the town. As you are approaching, you see that there is a guard presence there. They are clad in fur. They look very similar, and armor. They look very similar to the guards you've seen in Glacier City and Icefjords, etc. No massive polar bears this time. You haven't got the sentinels that you had outside Glacier City, but there is still an armed presence on the exterior of the city. And as you start to approach, a few of them take note of you. Again, that large mammoth that kind of is going now to a slow, lumbering movement as it kind of keeps pace with the wagons. Osro, go ahead and give me an animal handling check on that animal, though, as you're approaching and more people are joining.
Can I give him advantage with that as well?
If you two are working kind of in junction to help, so yeah, by all means.
Yep.
$18.
Okay, so apart from a few grumbles that you've got from it on the journey, it's not really resisting your attempts to maneuver it and control it. How have you gone about feeding it over the last 2 days? That's the one question I need to ask you.
I probably would have used some of the horse Penny's food that was
Forage.
reserved for Penny,
Okay, cool, noted.
and probably forage at nighttime, I suppose.
Okay, so mammoth and his forage. All right then. So as you're approaching there, and in the over the last day or so, Dolph has mentioned that this animal is eating more than the drafts would be. So that store of food, even with the grazing, is consuming that food at a bit of a greater rate. So not something that he says you need to be immediately be worried about, but he does express this minor concern that food will have to be an issue. The animal itself is not resisting your attempts to control it. It's lumbering, it's keeping, and it seems you can tell that with a steady hand and a firm kind of control, this thing is used to being ridden as a mount, and it's following its directives at the moment. As you approach the gate, there are a couple of guards on either side and they spot you, and one of them leans to another one who goes inside, and then within a few moments some other guards come out, and they're kind of almost taking positions, and they all seem to be watching you with a little bit of a mixture of intrigue and what looks like a little bit of concern. And as you start to lumber, one of the guards comes in, just slowly approaches with a little bit, and says, "Well met, travelers. You intend to bring that into the town?" He's looking at you, Torrik and Ozra at the top.
Well met. No.
Nope.
He kind of slowly nods. Good. I would have advised against it. You can ask to stable it, but I don't think they have stables large enough for it. Is it domesticated?
Let's slowly turn to
Yes.
Give me a persuasion check. How we doing? How did we do?
Can I give him a hand with that?
I assumed you were going to be anyway.
We'll
You
be
were both
talking.
taking part.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'll let you
Go
do it. You can have it with
please
me.
roll that.
What was
Please roll that again.
What was the first roll?
No, it's fine.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Come on, Oscar, you got this.
Are you giving me advantage? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for a second. Go for a second roll. Take the higher of the two rolls. There are two of you attempting this. We'll see how it goes.
Just rubs him on the back, like, come on, you can do it. It's fine.
We get a 12. A 12. He gives another slow nod. He says, "As long as you accept that you are responsible for any damages that this beast may cause, then by all means see if you can stable it." And he looks past. He says, "The rest of you approach," and kind of almost directs you to take the mammoth slightly out of and to head slowly towards the stables off to the right hand side.
Yep, I start taking him towards the stables.
He's just calling the wagons forward.
Do you think he believes
So-
this featherkin?
Unbelievable.
Here's hoping.
So as the rest of you, some of the guards are just walking along the wagons. They're just kind of they're glancing in through the back canopy. Arwen and Cyrus, Luminara, you see they just have a bit of a look over the place. Just make sure there's nothing that looks untoward in your space, in your wagons and carts. You see they approach Dolph's at the back with Ambrosia in the small cart, and they kind of they're lifting the forage feed out the way just to see if there's nothing of interest in there, and then they just direct him forward, and Dolph just gives a bit of a courteous nod, and then you can kind of see he's like kind of shifts his shoulders a little bit as if he was getting, you know, typical Dolph style, he was getting a little bit aggy, but he just kind of like moves the Ambrosia forward. The gates are open and people are feeding in, and as you start to go in, unless of course you're looking to move off to the stables as well, are you going to try and stable the horses, the wagons, etc. all together with Osro and Torek?
You mean, sorry, Tim, you mean the other
Yeah.
two wagons that
Yeah,
were riding?
2 wagons, a cart, 2 drafts, and an Ambrosia.
I'm gonna go. Now I'm obviously fully rested. I'm gonna go and see if I can stable my Betty
Okay.
and put her somewhere safe. Yeah, and then I'm gonna try and see if I can get food for her too.
So
Dolph will be going as well with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is controlling second draft, which I don't think we've named yet? No, we did, didn't we? Actually, we did name it. I think we did give
Marvin. His name is Marvin.
Marvin.
That was
Cyrus, I assume you're.
I was controlling Marvin. Yeah, that's my horse now.
Okay, so I take it you're following suit then. The convoy is diverting off to catch up with Ozra and Torek at the stables.
Yeah, we'll follow suit for now.
Okay, as the rest of you approach, Osro, Torek, you've got to the point now, and this little stout dwarf has come out, and he's looked up, he's gone, whoa, no, there's no way you're bringing that in here. There's no way. And he's got like a small corral on the front. He says, don't even try and bring that in here. Back it up right now.
Where else should we take it, sir?
I'd suggest you take it back to wherever you fucking found it, because there's no way you're bringing it in here. What are you going to do with it? How am I going to feed it? You can tell this guy's kind of getting a little bit flustered and irate. I says,
Is there any like hay bales that I spot around or anything?
there is a storage of around the back of the building. And he kind of says, look, just move it away from the entrance. I've got these. And he points to the rest of you because he says, I've got to bring these in and deal with them. I'll come and deal with you in a moment. Just move it out the way. Can you tether it with anything?
Oh, shit.
You got a logs? You got a stumps anywhere?
He just looks around. There's fucking trees everywhere. Go and tie it to one of the trees. And there is a small, sparse amount of trees just in front of the walls. You can
I'm gonna
see a
get
handful
slick here. I'm gonna pull out my immovable rod and tether it to the rod.
Oh,
Ooh.
Nice.
He doesn't.
Nice.
He doesn't notice what it is. He doesn't. No, I did think you might do this, and I thought. I hope they remember that immovable rod. He doesn't notice what that is, but he said, "Just move it out the way somewhere." So, the immovable rod, and I assume some rope of some kind. What are you going to use to?
The reins, right? Can't I just use the reins?
Well, the reins go through its mouth and up to you in the back, so it won't go down to the ground far enough for you to.
Okay. Well, I got a rope.
I'll give him.
It don't
I'll give
need to.
Oscar my rope.
It's an immovable rod. It just floats in the air.
Yeah, but it's gonna
All on a
wander
side
around.
in this piece of
I'm gonna let
glass
it
that we
wander
have.
around. So
Okay.
I'll just give my rope to Osro so he can tie up to the reins
Okay.
and then the rod.
So
All right,
you
50-foot rope.
You two are taking 50. So you've got 100 feet of rope or 2 lots of 50 feet to attach to an immovable rod, which you're going to place. Okay, bear with me just a moment.
Do we give him all 100 or?
What's that?
He's
It's a bit for
pretty.
the rope.
He's a pretty big animal.
It's a hefty animal. It is a hefty animal.
Are we doing
Yeah,
double
we'll give him
knot?
all 100.
Are we double knotting it?
Yeah, we'll double knot.
So, okay, give me, as you two are working this out, give me a sleight of hand check with advantages you're trying to work through and create something that you think is going to be good enough to keep this thing secured.
Oh wait, do you want to roll for advantage or?
Oh, I rolled twice, but I should have
Oh.
asked you.
Yeah, just go for yours. I've only rolled once in there.
14.
I'm-
14. Okay, with the inclusion of the immovable rod, you feel relatively content that the animal has enough slack to move around. It can get to some forage. It is not immediately in the way of the stables, so the dwarf seems content with your placement. And the beast itself doesn't seem too perturbed at the moment with its placement. Okay. The rest
Cool.
of you, as you go and as you do this exercise and then return, you find the rest of them are going, and this dwarf is gesturing you. Is basically gesturing you to park the wagons in, and you see a line of wagons that are forming along the side of the stabling, and then to bring the animals forward, and he passes them over to somebody and goes to start taking them in.
How many
Okay.
wagons? Just out of curiosity, how many? I mean, this sounds pretty busy. Is it? It sounds like a lot of wagons and a lot of.
It's quite
people.
it's quite a sizable town. It's the biggest town you've seen. It would be. It's going could be an up-and-coming city at some point. You get the impression that if it grows any higher, it's going to become a city. You see an assortment of people clearly coming up from the south, clearly coming down from the north. You're taking people that look like they've come off from the west, as if maybe they've come off ships from some one of the coastal ports.
Yep.
There's a whole plethora of people that seem to be coming through Axepoint as the last Nostramarian city before you hit the border. It's got a lot of foot traffic.
Quite a bustly place then. Like it.
Certainly, yeah. There's you don't see as many people coming through right this moment, but there is signs as you see that the stabling of the wagons. You see the signs of a lot of people have potentially gone in.
Yep.
Okay. So as he's about to pass to get stable hands to come and take the horses, he comes and looks them over, and he says, "It'll cost you 10 silver each for the 2 drafts, and 5 silver for the mule, and an additional 10 silver for each of the wagons, and 5 silver for the cart." So he said, "Good day that you're here."
Oh,
Says-
go on.
He says,
I'm happy with that.
"Okay." He says, "Well,
Uh,
payment in advance for the first day, and then come and see me again if you decide to extend your stay
So how
beyond a
much,
day."
sorry?
So he says 10 silver each for the 2 drafts, plus 5 silver for the mule. So that's 25 silver for the animals, and another 25 silver. So 5 gold in total to stable all of the horses and their carts for a
Give
day.
the 5 gold myself then.
He pockets it, and he goes, "Right." He says, "Go on then, take them. We'll feed them."
Is this his
Do they
dwarf?
haven't-
Sorry. This
It's
is
the
his
dwarf,
dwarf
yeah.
lad. Excuse me, sir. I didn't quite catch your name. Did you say what your name was? I mean, we have to come and find you, I guess, if we want to pay for more.
You can come and find any of the stable hands, or if you look for me, it's Drovik.
Drovik,
If
okay.
you want to ask for me.
Brilliant. Drovik.
He says, "Do the animals have any stabling requirements, any shoeing issues, or dietary requirements that you need attended to?"
Oh,
Okay, so we do need. I would like you to make sure you look after the horses, because they've been through a bit of a tough ride here.
But rest assured, your animals will be well taken care of while they're here. I have personal guarantee of that.
I look to Dolph as I guess we're all parked up now. Sorry, on the
Yeah,
line
Dolph
of
is kind of
wagons.
Dolph has kind of stepped up to oversee and the passing over, and he's kind of doing his steward duties to kind of assist as best he can with the helping with the stabling, which leaves you guys to discuss things with Drovik, the dwarf, and go and meet Osro and Torek. Drovik is starting to look over to you two. It looks like he's probably going to come over, as he said, and discuss the other creature that you have to attend to.
Yep, I'm just waiting for him.
Same
Sorry,
here.
Drovik. Real quick one. Can we buy food for the horses with you? Can you sort them out for food? And I sort of gesture over to Dolph. I said, Dolph, do we need more food? Do we need to pay more?
Dolph says, well, I mean, the mammoth is starting to eat through what I had planned to get us all the way down to Dumont, to be honest. I'd say, unless you've got any change of travel plans and you're planning to go anywhere else, I'd say we probably need to stock up. Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
Well, let's discuss the mammoth later on. But okay, so we can get food from yourself then, Drovik, can we?
Yeah, any food you require, I can sort that out for you. And he said I've got stores around the back. You can come and see me when you're ready, and we'll discuss feed,
brilliant,
sales, etc.
Sounds good.
Okay. So with that, he kind of looks again, and he looks at you, Ozra. You! He kind of comes over basically to you. He says, in all of my years of living in Axepoint, nobody has ever brought a mammoth down here and expected me to stable it. Where the fuck did you get that?
Funny story, really.
Interesting story. It's funny you ask.
Giant.
Tell him, Featherkin.
You see, he's folded his hands. He waited. He wants to. He's intrigued. He wants to know.
Well, we were just on our way down south from, being up north, obviously, and we stumbled upon a giant along the road. Long story short, he wasn't too friendly, and we kind of lost one of our horses on the way as well. But we made him pay for it, and, well, I'll just look over at the mammoth and be like, we got this big guy instead.
Oh, bugger me. All right. So it's a giant's mount then. That's where you've taken it from the giant.
Yeah, and I'll gesture over at the tusks, which I believe you said had like the braiding.
Christ Almighty! He said, by rights I should turn you away. All right, I'll keep an eye on it for you. But it's going to cost a damn sight more than an average horse going through there.
You're gonna twist it.
That'll cost 3 gold per day, and I'll feed it, and I'll keep an eye on it for you.
That's reasonable.
Yep. That's fair.
Are you a merchant?
Well, this is my stables. Sell feed and horseshoes and various things and services for horses. Don't tend to do much mammoth services though.
Is there anybody around here that's a mount dealer? They deal in mounts? Or collectors?
For horses, stands a good chance you might find somebody in town, yeah. But
so you see what we're trying to imply here.
Where would I go if I wanted to buy or sell a horse?
You could buy and sell horses here. Maybe you might be able to find somebody in the city who might have an interest. Try the tavern. You maybe try the local tavern. You want to go to the Terrible Tusk? Maybe ask around there. Why, you want to sell this?
Can you imagine how many fields this could plow in a record amount of time? Hard to put a price on it.
Town's guard might be interested in this thing as well.
I'll be honest with you, and he kind of looks around to make sure the guard aren't listening. He says, my first thought is how many guards that'll plow through if it loses its temper, is where my head is at the moment.
No, he's the sweetest. They're just grabbing him on his neck and giving him a little
have you seen those braids? What kind of creature would let it be braid?
Give me a deception check. I'm trying to see.
But we're telling the truth here. We're telling the truth. This ain't deception.
This mammoth is a placid, friendly creature.
I'll give you advantage for that 14. Since we're both trying.
Do I have advantage on it then?
Take the advantage. You two are kind of doing this in unison, this whole process, so I'll give you advantage.
2 14s, so 14.
You can kind of tell he's a bit of a shrewd individual, and he kind of looks at you. It'll be 3 gold, but I'd want you to check in with me every day to make sure that it's not losing its temper. And just know if the guards any sniff that thing's causing trouble, they won't hesitate to put it down. But it's your mammoth. All right.
Well,
I might have paid already, guys.
Oh. Nice.
So you paid for the horses and wagons. This is additional cost. This is.
well, ask
3
around, and if you know anybody interested in acquiring a very unique farm animal.
Rest assured, by the time I clock off tonight, everybody in town is going to know about this thing out the front here. You're going to have a lot of people coming out here to see it.
Well, it's for sale.
Probably not best to have a crowd forming around it, just in case.
Yeah.
If they want to see it, charge them a gold.
You don't have to tell me. He says, "All right, you pay me 3 gold up front then."
I'll handle the first night, Velican.
Okay, I'll get next one.
So
Right.
he takes, he holds his hand out, takes 3 gold off you.
Yep, pull out 3 gold. Just drop it in his hand.
Petting rides with the local kids, are you, or something? Take it around the block or something.
I could do like
So-
handstands on top of it and slide down the.
We're not going to train it to like stand on a
Dang.
log and roll it back and forward.
We can start
So
Are we
making money.
starting to circle up here, guys?
You've got the wagons. You're halfway there already, I think. But Drovik kind of looks over at you.
Yeah.
He goes, "Right, check in with me tomorrow morning, then I'll get some feed for it then." And he goes, "Oi!" And he kind of gestures to one of the lads, like, "Come here." And you see this lad kind of nervously approach, and he kind of heads off towards him. You kind of out of earshot, but he kind of pointing back at it, and then points back to the feed. And you see this lad go running off as if he's going to go and get some hay bales. Right, so that leaves all of you together. Standing outside of the stables, free to go into the town, and I assume that's what you're going to do.
What time of day is it?
It's on the still morning time, yeah, on the 3rd morning, yeah, since you traveled,
Okay.
since you left where the restaurant was. Okay, mid-morning.
How many? Sorry, just for beer-related activities. How many days since the giant?
Another,
3.
so 2 full days. This is the morning
Okay.
of the 3rd day.
Okay, so I'll put 2
Yeah.
days in a minute. Yep, signed. Thank you.
All right.
So we're gonna.
Where's my
How
list?
much longer on the beer?
I'll top it up and I'll count it all the days and I'll let you know in a bit. Obviously as we're walking into town, I'm just sort of gonna take if it's okay with you, I'll take a bit of a scan around to see if any hooded friends looming or anybody suspicious that we should be aware of. If that's
Give me, Magnus, as you're kind of moving into town, you see the streets they're pretty bustling for morning time. There are plenty of people. Some semi-fit the description, cloaked figures that are but they tend to be more travel clothes and things like this. You're looking for someone that kind of would almost stand out with a very specific set of attire. Okay, so give me a perception check as you're looking around as you've entered now through the gate.
Yeah, right. Oh my fucking god. Oh, it's a 7. I thought it was a 1. That's alright. 11.
No, nobody that would fit that description. Bearing in mind from previous experience with these guys, they are pretty good at staying low key when they want to.
Yes.
But you don't see anybody that fits that description. Okay.
No, that's fine. And as we're walking,
So-
I'll just guys, just to make you aware, as we probably just remind you, keep a lookout for these assassins. We don't know how many there are, but obviously there was one back at Aetherwind. So I get a little bit nervous, you know. So let's keep our eyes peeled. And we'll sort of
Understood.
trudge into town, I guess.
Okay. So as you're
I
approaching
see.
in, the town itself it's quite sprawling. There are many different roads that lead off in different directions. Some go over a lot of bridges. There seems to be a lot of waterways that run through Axepoint. Close proximity to the fjords, potentially water running off from small streams or estuaries or just small breakaway rivers. But there's a lot of waterways that kind of make up some of the streets off certain streets. So you find yourself crossing over certain bridges at certain points. You're heading in the direction that you believe to be the centre of town. Is there a particular destination that you are all looking for, or
I'm going to go look for a pub.
a tavern? Okay.
Well,
If we happen to pass a
To stay.
blacksmith, I'd stop.
I'll point towards
Yeah,
her.
I need a blacksmith.
I could do with a blacksmith as well. But
Yeah, not bad,
Arwen,
sure.
do you want the blacksmith as well, or are you gonna head off and find a tavern?
I'll have a blacksmith as well, and then I don't need anything for the blacksmith. I'll come with you guys.
No, that's fine.
Well,
Okay. I guess we'll. Is there as there many people around passing? We'll sort of grab the nearest person and say, "Oh, excuse me. You wouldn't happen to know where the nearest blacksmith is, would you?"
So you see, as you're kind of looking around for somebody suitable to ask, you see there is what looks to be a human. It's kind of travel cloak. You've got that nip in the air. Those winter wear that you yourselves are still all wearing, very similar kind of thing. And he kind of stops. He looks at you. He said, "But you're looking for the blacksmith?
Yeah.
Brimstone Forge, straight down that way, right-hand side, just across the bridge. You'll see the terrible tusk on the left. Brimstone Forge is opposite it."
Ah, 2 birds, 1 stone.
Torek will just quickly look.
Does he
just
also
look down at
flex?
you.
I'm in the.
Say again.
I want to stop that guy and ask him if the blacksmith also does fletching, or if there's another, archery specific store in town.
Sulfur does all sorts, fletching, armoring, makes all sorts of swords. He'll even get us a few special items, I think. Yeah, Sulfur will sort you out. And he gives you a wink and just kind of like, do you need anything else?
Sulfur.
Yeah, any antiquities, magical potions, alchemists, anything like that on the magical side of things?
We've got a general store. Yeah, you've got Fleece Bottom Goods. That's just behind Sulfur's place. If you're looking for more foods and things like that, go to the Plump Pies Bakery. They do a bunch of things apart from baked goods. Pick up some food and things there. That's Mary May's place. But yeah, it's all straight down that road there.
Plump Pies Bakery. That sounds bloody lovely. Mary May, did you say?
Yeah, Mary May, Aunt Mary May. She's kind of like, local, bit of a celebrity, I suppose. She's our baker, I guess. But yeah, she's pretty well known. Yeah, does real good pies. Try the pies.
Well known for her pies, or well known for other things? Just her pies, I guess.
I don't know what you mean. Yeah, pies. Yeah, pies.
Okay,
pies. Meat
it is.
pies.
Yeah.
Wait, meat pies. He's really confused. He didn't. I know what you mean, but he just.
He's like, what?
Meat pies.
These Northerners are
meat
weird,
pie
aren't they?
He's just trying to get on with his day.
Yeah. Sorry, lad. I
Alright,
just stopped you in your tracks there. As you were. Carry on.
Good luck to you. He's off down the road. So yeah, you see the road is coming to what looks like a cobbled bridge that looks to be over some kind of waterway, and on the far side of that you see some kind of what seems to open up partially, some kind of square. Okay.
Okay.
I assume you're heading in that direction.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
I'm gonna look at Osro and go, we heading straight to the Brimstone Forge, you reckon? You ain't still after your chain, are you?
I'm gonna just go and say, "Oh, this is a tavern here. See you later, guys."
See you in a minute.
Get us some seats, would you?
I'm going to get some seats and get some beers in.
Cheers.
Well,
Excellent.
I will resume the session so you can see, and for the interest of those, if Mr. Swift, you'll
on it, mate.
And I will show you where you are and what you're approaching. Dolph is also with you, so I will put Dolph with you. Okay, so as you are coming down the cobbled streets, and you've crossed over a waterway, and you're coming into what looks like a small square. Okay, it's still blustery. You're still very much in the north. although you're on the cusp of it. So perhaps maybe a little bit milder than you've experienced in previous weeks, but you're still very much feeling some of that frigid Nostramar weather that you may or may not have got accustomed to. You see ahead of you, and on the left-hand side, a large building frontage with a swinging placard, and it's called the Terrible Tusk. And although there's a small tankard involved in it, the majority of the sign is taken up by what looks like the front of a boar's face, or the emblem, the outline of a boar, with large tusks coming round. Okay? And that is swinging in the wind on your left-hand side.
Okay.
Further down, you can see what looks to be a forge of some kind, a building. Okay? Okay. And this music is amazing, but it doesn't quite fit the bill for me, I don't think. Quite. This is, as much as I love Overhill from thing, I'm gonna. Although I think it is just. We'll go with that one instead. Okay, so in which direction? Who's heading where?
So
what are we going for first?
I'm in the tavern.
Blacksmith.
yeah, I think Arwen's going to tavern, and well, we're splitting in two, so tavern and blacksmith. So I think Arwen and then anybody else, I guess, is going to the tavern, or not?
I would like to go to the tavern.
Okay.
I'd
Dolph
like
will
to go
accompany you.
blacksmith.
Okay, so I'm moving you onto either side of the road. Magnus is going blacksmith. I think Torek said he was going blacksmith.
Yep.
Cyrus said he was going blacksmith. So Osro, what about you?
I'm going blacksmith.
Tiberius is going
Yep.
blacksmith.
Blacksmith.
Osro's
There you go.
okay, then. So Dolph says he will accompany Arwen and Luminara into the Terrible Tusk, which is on your left. The rest of you are heading up the street towards the set where it's opening in the centre of town.
I'll just
Okay.
quickly shout to Luminar and Arwen, even Dolph, and say, "You guys need anything from the blacksmith?"
Oh, Dolph kind of stands there for a minute and says, I'm only interested in a mead right now, to be honest, Torek. I don't think you'll get one of those from there, so I'm all
You
right.
sure you don't want anything? You know, maybe some knuckle dusters?
I was just about to say knuckle dust.
See, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, go on, see if you can find something to mount on these. Good
No
thinking.
worries. Luminara, Arwen?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, no,
no.
I'm trying to get wasted tonight, guys. I'm going to the tavern.
Right,
Okay.
soon join you then.
So the three of you head into the Terrible Tusk, but we will pick up with the folks that are going off towards the Brimstone Forge. So bear with me, uno momento. Right. So as the rest of you gentlemen are heading off down the street here, I'll just bring this open so you can kind of see. It sort of opens up, you get a bit of a look of it. There seems to be a small grouping of guards that are being addressed by an individual that has his back to you. The first thing you notice about him is he is a black dragonborn. Okay? He has the large kind of spiked horns off the back of his head, jet black onyx scales. He's wearing this similar armor to the guards, but seems to be somewhat more layers piled onto it. It seems to stand out compared to the other, and he's kind of addressing each of them, and then just is kind of looking around. And you get the impression this is a person of some kind of authority within this place. Okay. So you see off to your left-hand side, there seems to be a little plump lady with grey hair, brown overalls and just the winter clothes, and she seems to be coming out and placing things onto the front of a stall before moving herself back in under some cover. And he's kind of standing there, just very smiley, seems very chirpy. He's just kind of looking around, seems to notice you all and just gives you a bit of a shy smile or just a bit of a probing smile. And to your right-hand side, there is the anvil, the forge, and then a door that looks like it goes into what looks to be a blacksmith.
Can we hear anything that's going on right now? Is there any words exchanging or
From where you are, there is the only you see what looks to be a young lad that is holding script like a scroll out. He doesn't seem to be saying anything at the minute, but you get the impression he is some kind of herald. He's some kind of town crier, and he's kind of standing there at the moment, just watching the comings and goings. He sees you, but doesn't seem to pay you any mind. Okay.
Is he wording? Is he kind of like wording what he's reading, or in a way?
He's
Like,
kind
like
of
saying it
holding it
under
out.
breath.
No, he's not. He's not saying anything. But he's holding something that looks like it's what a town crier or somebody, a herald would.
Can we hear the Dragonborn?
From where you are, let's have a look. 40 odd feet. You could make an attempt if you wanted to. He appears to be addressing the men, and then is just standing there with them.
Yeah, lend my ear.
Okay. So give me a perception check. Straight perception check.
13.
Okay. Most of it is inaudible from where you are. You do see him kind of start to instruct them to keep a tight perimeter on the centre of town, to keep their eyes peeled at all times. He starts to talk about a lot of foot traffic coming in and out this morning, and to keep an eye on the for any strange individuals. That's pretty much all you get. It's a very hissed, raspy, but also quite deep but raspy Dragonborn voice. Okay.
All right, I guess I'll just go in the door.
So
Heading into the black.
Sorry, yeah, the blacksmith is on our right, on the north sort of side.
Where you see that anvil there, that is the blacksmith.
Okay. Yeah, I think we'll go in. I'll follow Osro in.
Okay, so everybody is heading in to the blacksmith.
Nothing more strange than a group that brings a mammoth to town.
Nothing more conspicuous.
As we walk past, are these? I'm assuming the guards are all dressed the same. Do we recognise from anywhere, or are they specific to Axepoint? Their attire or their armour? Or
they don't tend to have. You yourself have done some travelling towards the eastern side. You've seen some of the large cities. Some of the big cities like Glacier, Nostramar City in particular, have tabards of sorts that identify them as guards specific to that location. They also have a lot more funding. That means that their gear is more suited and more presentable. The guards in the local towns and things, they are armoured, and they at a glance, with fair kind of guessing, you notice them as guards, but they don't have anything specifically for Axepoint or Ice Fjords or
so there's no
any place like that.
Specific sigil or anything.
Nothing for the towns. No, the cities tend to have sigils of sorts.
And do they look? Sorry, do they look well armoured? As in, is it very sort of heavy plate, or is it loose leather type stuff?
Chainmails. Scale mails. It's not your really heavy stuff. It's not your plate. It's certainly not what knights would have.
Nothing that would stop a great accent, really.
Yeah, no, it would help, but nothing that would.
Yeah,
if
no,
it
it's
came
fine.
to it. So okay.
Asking the important questions.
Yeah, just in case it all kicks off.
You never know. You never know. Okay, so as you push open the door to Brimstone Forge, you notice the building is several stories, but there is a second floor to it and a small loft, but it's all open. There are rafters, and it's quite dark inside. You've got a big forge in the centre that is there is smoke coming off it, and the room itself is quite. There is some illumination in there, but it's quite dark. You see all the tools, you see weapons lying on tables, and you see certain weapons, axes and claymores and things hanging on rafters. But at the moment, there's no sign of activity. Pike, you notice something very particular. something draws your attention almost immediately. Okay.
Tell me more.
As you glance across the forge and up on the like almost sitting on two hooks on the back wall, there is a very unique looking weapon that you've not seen yet in any of the blacksmiths. Okay, the handle has the ability for two hands to grip it in the center, and on both sides, going off in an opposing directions, are curved blades that come out, down. Okay. From where
Yes.
you are standing, give me a perception check.
Boss. 16.
You can't be certain in this light that you have a small, for a split second, you thought you saw it emitting a faint glow. Now, at the moment that you're noticing this and the rest of you are looking around, what are you doing? As I say, you can't see or hear anybody. You can't see anybody.
No, sorry, you can't hear anyone, do we say?
It doesn't appear to be anybody working in there at the moment, and there's no signs of the blacksmith.
Is there signs of recent activity in terms of a glowing forge, or is it all completely cold and dead?
No, it's glowing. It looks like somebody is in there, but there's no signs of a person. There's nobody standing there working at the moment.
No.
Okay.
I'll just sort of shout, hello? Anyone around?
In that moment that you shout, Torrik, you see a shadow of something move, not on the floor, but off a rafter, and then down onto another. For the corner of your eye, something moved, as if it was swinging off a rafter to another one.
What in the hells?
What's up, Torrik?
You're just seeing Tarek look up and like tracking it where it's just gone.
You watch the direction it goes, and for another split second, it's quite dark. You obviously have your dark vision, but it's obscured by a lot of different like rafters and posts and things. You see what looks like something move round something and swing down again to the other side. There is something that slowly moves round to the left, and then slowly moves forward, and then it almost swings up onto the floor above, and then you hear looks like tapping on wood.
I swear to God, if this is another fucking spider.
I just had spiders in my head. Anyone there?
I'm like slowly pointing up to where I saw him, like up there.
You can fly, can't you? Fly
Fly
up.
You want me to fly up and see if I'm not fucking touching that? That's a spider.
Hey, who's got the highest perception?
You know?
Who's got the highest perception? I think it's you, isn't it, Torrik?
It's me.
Okay. You see him swing down behind Cyrus, but he swings and is hanging upside down behind Cyrus. Okay, so Cyrus, as you turn around, as you basically look in the direction, because Torrik has quite clearly seen it happen, as you look to where he's looking, you are met this close by a set of yellow eyes and a blackened face with fur under it. Okay, and he's upside down. He goes, "Greetings. I am Sulfur. You are prospective customers, yes?" This tabaxi is hanging upside down, basically, like this.
Fucking Spider-Man.
What brings you? He's hanging by his tail and his two arms. He's kind of hanging upside down. I am Sulfur. Please, come in. And he drops down right next to you, okay?
Did you say your name was Sulfur?
Sulfur, yes.
And you're the blacksmith?
He kind of looks around. I am the only one here. Yes, I am the blacksmith.
Oh right. What are you doing up in the rafters, may I ask?
I work. I live up there. It is fast. I move around.
What are we actually looking at here? Is he a humanoid? Has he got multiple arms, like Osro style?
No, he's humanoid. 2 arms, 2 legs, a tail. Most of the fur on most of his body is a greyish and whitish fur. He's obviously of some kind of snow leopard type tabaxi. Okay, he's quite thick furred, not like a very skinny tabaxi. It's quite thick furred. His face is covered in what looks like soot. Also, so his face is not his fur. It's whatever he's got is all over his face and his hands as well. Okay.
Oh, shit.
He says, "I am very pleased to meet your acquaintance," and he holds out his hand to you, Magnus. Sulfur, and you are?
Oh, Magnus. And I'll sort of hold up my hand and give him quite a firm, sort of solid shake. Magnus Willowhorn. Pleased to meet you.
Magnus Willowhorn. And as he shakes your hand quite enthusiastically and takes it off, you see your hand is covered in soot. It looks like some kind of whatever he's been working in. It's all over your hand. Good. Magnus Willowhorn. And you, what is your name? And he turns back to you, Cyrus.
Do I get a sense from him at all, like Fey sense, being like an animalistic humanoid, or do I get no sense at all from him?
I will check Tabaxi. Let me check what they are. Whether it's Fey, potentially a Fey, a creature. He's certainly not undead. You're not getting an undead sense. Fiend. He's not a fiend either, but it's just whether he's are Tabaxi Fey. If he's Fey, they are typically Fey. Then you'll get the Fey sense are Tabaxi.
They're not Fey.
They're not Fey. Thank you very much. That expedites that.
Straight humanoid.
Straight normal humanoid. Yep.
Oh, go on. No, you're doing the introduction. Sorry, go on.
I'll just reach out my hand for like a Roman handshake, kind of grabbing the wrist instead of the actual palm. I'll just say Cyrus as I'm looking at him. I've been in the jungle forever. I don't know if I've ever seen a tabaxi before, so I'm kind of looking him up and down.
Cyrus. He repeats it a few times. Very well. And you? Who are you? And he's pointing at you, Osro.
Osro.
Interesting. Okay. And you? And he's just going around. He's asking for each of you if there's he basically wants to know who you are. And you are an owlin. An owlin. What is your name? What do they call you?
Tork Jumko. Pleasure to meet you, and I'll kind of like slowly reach out my hand for a handshake.
Very well. He goes to and he goes to Rhett, and then he notices that he's kind of all the sulfur, all the whatever he's got in his hands rubs off. And he goes, "One moment," and he grabs a handful of it off the side and goes. And he comes to hand with fresh on his hand. He goes to grab your. Yes, good. And you skulking individual in the back there, you dark, shifty individual. What do they call you? You, Pike.
I'll sniff my hand. I'll sniff my hand of the black stuff, and then I'll rub it in Pike. And as I'm rubbing it in Pike's shoulder, I'll push him forward towards this sulfur guy, just gently.
So, watch your step. It is dangerous.
I'm just gonna reach my hand out for a handshake and just be like, I'm Pike.
Very good. And you're not local. You've come in today, yes? All of you've come straight to see sulfur.
Yeah. Well,
good.
You come to a new city, you want to see the most important guy around, don't you?
What is it you want from me? You want something, don't you? Yeah. I've got my eyes on you, shifty one. I see you. Very well. What can I do for you? I am your humble servant. Please tell me.
Well, I don't know about anyone else, but I'm interested in the sword you got on the wall.
Oh, you've got a keen eye. I know you know a good sword when you see it. You will not see many like that up here, I tell you. No, yes, that is very special. Very special. Named. I have named it. Yes, that is Winter's Bite. For good reason, too. Good reason. It is a double-bladed scimitar. Like the Eastern style. to see a lot more of them in Azarius. Wintelis, yes, maybe, but I made that one specially. And it has an enchant on it. But yes, not cheap though. Maybe too pricey for you.
I can imagine it's probably going to be.
But maybe we do a deal. I might have something for you, maybe. So, the sword, we will discuss, but is there anything else that possibly I can help you with?
I think some of the other guys want to see your wares, see what you got.
I have plenty, yes. I cater to the Nostramarian style, a lot of heavy weapons, axes, claymores, warhammers, some swords, yes, and armors, etc. I could probably find something to suit most of your style preferences. But yes, tell me, what is it? What is it that you seek?
Show me your finest bow, longbow.
Ooh, bows. Bows, I have a few, but not so many. I have a good selection of longbows and arrows. One moment, and he just hops up, and you see him literally he puts his arm up onto the raft, and his legs follow him up, and he just disappears, and very fleet-footed across and you hear the crash and bang of a few things, and then a little further into the blacksmith, into the building, you see him literally hop down and drop with a couple of bows and the quivers, and he places them. Come, all of you, come and see these.
So I'll go and peer. Not that I'm interested in bows, but I'm interested in what he does.
I'm definitely interested.
I was going to say.
The wood is reinforced. These strong strings. It is not enchanted. It's nothing special necessarily from that point of view, but the craftsmanship is good. It's quality. The likeness to weapons that perhaps the guards in capitals, Wintelis, would use. Not poor quality, this good quality. So, is it a bow you're interested in, feathery one?
Yeah, how much?
For you, special price for you. Good question, my feathery friend. You wait while I ponder this a moment. Yes. Okay, special price for you. 60 gold pieces for this bow. Good quality. You kill a man
sell it for
from
50.
twice the distance. Could I sell it for 50?
With a wink.
Yes.
I'll lean down to Osran and be like, show me to see if I can try and get a worker's price.
For you, maybe. Let's see what everybody else wants. If this is a group, if you're going to spend a lot of money with me here today, arguably maybe I could sell it for 50, possibly. Let's put it to one side, 50 gold. Okay, I see you.
Well, one other thing I need. Do you have a chain?
Chain? What kind of chain? Like a ball and chain? A morning star? You want to hit somebody with a morning star? A strong chain. I could make one. I could find one. Possibly I could buy one. How long?
Pretty long.
Pretty long chain. Steel? Iron? Something stronger. How much are you willing to pay?
Let me think on that. Be 10 feet.
Okay. 10 feet chain. I can do that. I'll find something for you. Even if I was going to say even if I steal it, but no, I will not steal it. I'll find you one. Okay. Gold chain, not gold chain, but a chain and a bow. Very
gold chain be tight.
Gold chain will be expensive. A bow, a chain. He wants to see the sword. That'll be interesting. Anybody else?
Yeah.
I'll step forward unless. Oh,
no, go on.
You go first.
Go on, Cyrus. You carry on.
I'm gonna pull out my bag and I'm gonna look to him and say, "You're not from around here. You must be well traveled, a tabaxi like yourself. You must might know a lot. I'm more interested in some knowledge."
Sulfur sees much, knows much, says some, maybe. What is it you wish to know?
I'm gonna pull out my knapsack on the counter. I'm gonna put my hand in it. I'm gonna slowly pull out, but I'm gonna stop and be like, I don't know. You might not know this. Kind of playing into his personality. I was like, I don't know if you're gonna know about this. I'm gonna slowly put my hand back into the bag like I'm putting it down.
Oh, you tease! You're such a tease to Sulfur. Show me. Come on, show me. You can't do this now. Show me what it is you've got. Come.
I'm gonna pull out the black ebony crossbow and one bolt that I looted off of the assassins a while back on the road when they ambushed us.
Ooh.
I've come into acquirement of a fine ebony crossbow and some bolts, but I'm looking more. I'm from the south. I don't know much about it. Do you know anything about where it's from? Maybe where they originated? Who uses them?
I can tell you the answer to the third one. Somebody who definitely intends to kill you. Oh, it's quality craftsmanship. He goes, may I? And he goes
Absolutely, and I'll kind of hand it over to him.
Yes, I have. It is a fine make of a weapon. Matching arrows too. Very, very nice. Very posh. No, I confess I have not seen its like before, and I have seen many crossbows. I've been shot by a few of them before, but Solf is far too crafty and quick for that. No.
I'm gonna laugh and be like, I bet you are.
No, it's this fine quality. Are you looking to sell it?
It depends on the right price, and I'll kind of look over at that sword hanging up. Maybe we can come to a deal with the rest of my group, see what we can come up with.
You will not be able to touch the price of that sword with this, I'm afraid. No. That's but. We will possibly come to a deal on it. Yes, maybe, possibly. Anybody else? Unless, of course, you would like me to give you a price for this now.
Let me see what the rest of the group wants. See if we can come to a bigger deal, and I'll keep eyeing up that sword.
Very well. Okay, so chain, longbow, possibly buy this sword. What else can I do for you? Please come on. Tell Sulfur wants to know how he can assist.
Yeah. Sorry, Mr. Sulfur.
Mr. Sulfur is my father.
Oh, what are you, Sulfur Junior
just
or
Sulfur.
Just Sulfur? Okay, apologies. Just a quickie. I've been trying to get, and I'll sort of pour my big Glacier's Bite great axe out. I've been trying to get this laced with some silver, just in case we run into some unsavory types. Just wondered. You seem a man of much craft and agile hands. Do you think you could do such a thing, a task?
Silver in it.
Yeah.
My dwarven friend, I would silver this in such a way that you would be so proud to swing it and split heads open with it. It would glint as it tears through the flesh of any kind of lycanthrope or other such vile undead creature. Yes, I can silver this weapon for you for the right price.
What is the right price?
Silvering cost for silvering 110 gold pieces, and you will need to wait around for a few days.
It still was a few days. Okay. I'll think on it.
Push it, maybe. A little cost more. Maybe I could do it for you today, possibly.
What if we provide the silver? Would that knock the cost down a little bit?
Oh, most certainly, yes.
Oh, I do have silver. How much if we provide the silver then?
2 silver ingots, and it would be, well, it's 60 gold pieces.
Oh shit. Okay, and you could do it today, or have it ready for tomorrow?
Yes.
Maybe?
Yes,
Oh,
yes, I'll have it ready for you for tomorrow. Yes.
Oh well, yeah, I'd if that's okay. I mean, if it sweetens the rest of the deals as well, that'd be bloody lovely.
Okay. Well, he puts out a small scrap of paper, 2 silver ingots, and the axe, obviously, 60 gold pieces as well. And tomorrow you will have a silvered axe.
Perfect.
Can I ask him how much it will cost to create a silver dagger?
Create a silver dagger from scratch. Difficult. Certainly, I would need ingots. Do you also have ingots?
We've got ingots.
Yes, I would need one silver ingot, and I would say for crafting the dagger, 40 gold pieces.
40 gold, 40 gold. I have.
Are you
Come on.
interested? Are you interested, my friend? My scaly friend? You were hiding in the back. I did not say hello to you. I must apologize. Yes? Yes, no? Yes. He is deciding.
You good, Tiberius?
Tiberius, you alright?
I think I've lost him.
Our
He's
scaly friend
contemplating.
tends to have narcolepsy now and again.
He's
Don't
an
mind him.
eccentric one. You don't mind him.
It's the cold weather. It's the cold weather, you know.
I
Him
had
really kind.
I had a cousin that suffered with that. He fell straight out of the tree, landed right on his head, dead.
Well,
Oh,
we
God.
can only hope, Sulphur. We can only hope, can't we?
He has returned.
Yeah, literally, when everything just went completely wrong then. Jesus Christ.
How much did I say to you? I said 40 gold pieces, I believe.
40 gold.
40 gold
yeah,
pieces
I could-
and one silver
yeah.
ingot.
Yeah, I've left all the ingots in the thingy though, so I'll have to go and get them in the wagon.
You take your time. Sulphur's not going anywhere. Oh, very well then. Very well then. So I will do that. You want this done in the same time frame as the silvering of the great axe, I assume. Are you in a rush? Are you
Correct.
staying? Are you living here?
I think we're still working that out.
Very well.
We're staying at least
Good.
one night, I think. So I'll obviously be back in the morning or tomorrow, whenever it's ready, to pick up the axe. But whether we
Very
spend
well.
2 nights, we'll have to chat over a pint, I think.
There's one good tavern in town. It is across the road. Once you've drank in there, there's not really too much else to see in Axepoint. But who am I to judge? I live here. So, very well. So, can I interest anybody in anything else before I discuss with my new friend here?
I have 2 silver ingots here.
You look lucky boy.
You wouldn't happen to be able to make one of them into the head of a hatchet, and the other ingot into some silver arrows, perhaps?
I can do both of those things. On the same time frame. Sulphur needs to sleep as well. You will possibly be here an extra day or so. This is a lot of work for me to do in one evening.
If that's what I was about to get onto. On our travels, I've helped out a few the local blacksmiths on our way down. If I were to help you with any of your background work, would you be able to focus on our work maybe in the forefront?
You wish Sulphur to take you on as an apprentice? Sulphur's never had an apprentice before.
It does seem like I've been doing that, so I guess so.
Let me think on it. I do not know if I have anything that... and I also have a reputation. I do not know, unless you can show me your work and assure me that you are of the quality that I myself strive to obtain and achieve. Maybe. Do you have any work?
Wait.
Do you have anything?
I do have something I was working on. Of course, all the pieces that I helped the blacksmiths with is back where they were. I do have a cloak I was working on.
Cloak?
Sadly, in the cart. It's a snow bear pelt that I'm trying to work into a cloak just now.
Snow bear pelt? Go bring it back. Sulphur's not going anywhere.
Fair
Yes,
enough.
we will talk. We will discuss it. Let me see your work, though. Let me see your work. Right. Is
Sure.
anybody else requiring anything, or shall I Discuss the sword.
I think I'll quickly just go get it. So I'll leave like the ingots on the table. I'll just quickly be back in a minute, guys. I'm just gonna start running. I'm just like run for the door.
Right. Very well. As I was saying then, and he turns back to you, Pike. You know quality when you see it. Yes, come. Let me show you. And he hops up, and it's because it's quite high. It's about 10 feet up on a rafter, and he hops up around the rafter, and he just plucks it off, and with the one hand he kind of spins it a bit. You can kind of tell he's doing most of this for your benefit. And he hops down, and he stands there. He's a little about 12 feet away, and he just very lightly, see, it's light, it is easy to move around with it, it is deadly sharp. And he stops just short. Kind of Sirio Pharrell vibes, from Game of Thrones. With a little bit of Floki from Vikings mixed in, and he kind of like turns it round, and he places it with both paws open, so the blade, so the two handles are there. He says, "Take a closer look," and he's holding it there just in front of your face. Okay.
Well, I'll grab it off him then.
Go, by all means, but don't run out, don't run off. I will catch you. And he stands back and he says, "How does it feel?"
It feels pretty good.
What you're holding in your hands is a double-bladed scimitar that you notice a very sharp. It's got a long, almost falchion-like blade on either side. Okay, they go off in opposite directions, like I said, and you notice that there are small runes carved into the blades, the first part of the blades on either side. Okay, deep carvings of these runes. And again, as you turn it and you move it around in your arms, you notice that slight faint glow of the weapon. Okay.
Okay. I mean, I'm just gonna do some practice, swing it around a little bit, I mean, I like the blade. I do like the blade, but what's it gonna cost me?
Well,
is the real question here.
Under normal circumstances, Sulfur would not part with that blade for any less than 1,200 gold pieces. And it would be worth every single copper. However, if that is a little rich for your blood, I possibly might have an alternative solution if you would be interested.
I mean, I don't have that amount in gold on me.
Yes.
For another half.
What I do have, though, I don't know if you'll be interested. I have a dagger of venom, a rare magic item.
A dagger of venom, you say? Show me, show Sulfur.
I'm just gonna, I'll pass it over to him. Let him have a little goosey gander.
He twizzles, obviously, somebody who's used to handling weapons that are potentially very sharp and dangerous. He keeps the blade.
To belong to a deadly assassin.
Most daggers of venom would usually belong to such individuals, unscrupulous, dark, shady
this one was
characters.
highly skilled.
To wield a weapon like this, I would assume you would need to be. The venom comes out, and he kind of he moves his head out of the way as it kind of something secretes out. The venom comes out of there, then I see. Okay, right, we don't go anywhere near that end then. And he kind of turns around. It is nice. It is not 1,200 gold pieces, though, my friend, I'm afraid. And he goes to hand the blade back to you.
I know this, but I also have 2 other items you might be interested in.
Oh, we are bartering now. Show me.
Well, I have these manticore stingers. I'm sure a man of your skill could probably craft something incredible with.
Manticore stingers? From real manticore?
Sorry, manticore spine. The spinal stinger was I supposed to
spine.
have? I can't remember.
I think you took some of the barbs. Didn't you take some of the barbs that got flung at you? Interesting. Most interesting. Is this what you have to offer? Did you say there was something else?
I also have a rare flower.
A rare flower?
Which is worth up to 1,000 gold.
I'm not Not many flowers are worth 1,000 gold. What does this do, and how can it help Sulfur?
This special flower is native from the element plane of air. Extremely rare. I doubt you've probably ever seen one in this town. It's often displayed in Alvin courts.
And what is to say that this is not just a regular mountain flower, and Sulfur is having the proverbial wool pulled over his eyes? Show me this.
I'll show you.
Kind of gets it out and he kind of looks at it. And this is the one that you got when you were heading up to the Howling Hollows, then.
Yes.
Is that you? Yeah.
The one that gives me the plus to charisma and stuff.
Yeah, I remember. He says, Sulfur, he likes flowers, but he finds very little use for them in business. I would need to have it appraised, and it would create a lot of extra work for me. I am a single man working here, so it is interesting. Perhaps maybe go and speak at Fleece Bottom Goods. They possibly could give you good price for it, but as part of our trade, it would not be enough, my friend. I'm sorry. And he goes to put it back on the table. He says, but do not forget, I do have an alternative whereby you can take that sword.
What's this alternative? Talk to me.
Sulfur finds himself, and he kind of looks around at each of you. You're all together, yes? You are all part of the same group. You are a group?
Yeah.
Kind of looks around. I find myself indebted. I have lived in Axepoint for some years, and I have found myself indebted to a man, a good man, for something he did for me some years prior. Sulfur is not accustomed to having such things hanging over him, and I would see to this debt being lifted as soon as possible. I have recently learned that this man has a predicament of sorts that I myself could not help with, but individuals such as yourself might be able to assist with. If you were to offer to go and assist this man on my behalf and tell him that I had sent you in payment of said debt, then I would give you the sword in payment.
We're in.
Is this person prominent in the town, or could we just, and I'm going to make like an imaginary rope around my neck and like choke it, like, would anyone notice if he's missing from town?
Christ.
Goodness gracious, I hope you jest. I would notice. He's a friend of mine. I drink and gamble with him almost every night. Please do not kill him. No, you misunderstand what I'm saying. I want you to help him with his problem.
What does he need? What's the problem?
It is a family matter. It involves his sister's son. Sulfur does not wish to gossip. It would be better if you got the details from him, but it is a semi-delicate matter. I happen to have very good ears, though, and I hear these things, but yes, it would be better if you spoke to him direct. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Is he local? Is he in town? I
Yes.
guess. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where can we find? Yeah. What's his name? Where can I find it? Talk to me.
His name is Hadavar. He works and lives in town, and he will most likely this time of day be drinking across the road in the terrible tusk as we speak. That is where you should probably seek him.
What does he look like?
Large, burly.
Adavar. Go on.
He's well known. Others would know where he is. A large individual, burly man, he looks around, points to Cyrus. Maybe his size, but bigger, stronger muscles.
Human, I guess.
Yes, as far as I'm aware, yes.
Okay.
We never really tell these days.
So what you're saying is you'll let me take this sword now, when we go help him.
No, you cheeky, shrewd individual. No. The sword will remain here until you return from whatever it is that Hadavar requires of you, and he informs me that you have completed said task, in which point the sword is yours.
How about I leave my dagger of venom here as collateral?
For this thing,
And for that,
this
I'll
thing
come
of
back.
beauty. For this thing of beauty, my friend, I cannot part unless I have certainty that you have performed the task.
What about a
I am so-
mammoth?
No, it's not my mammoth to trade. It's not my mammoth to
A mammoth?
trade.
What about a mammoth? What about mammoth? You want to kill a mammoth now as well?
No. We own a
We actually
mammoth.
have a mammoth for sale. It's up for trade if you'd like it.
You wish to trade a mammoth? Where
It's
am
a
I going to
tamed
keep
mammoth.
it? Tamed mammoth. Sulfur has come from the south, but he knows more of these things. You try to pull over my eyes, you shrewd individuals. You cannot tame a mammoth.
Yeah,
well,
go
you
to the
know-
stables. We have it at the stables right now.
You jest. You have a mammoth.
Yeah,
My
it's out there.
goodness.
I shit you not. We got a mammoth.
This is a most interesting day. Most interesting day. I could not even begin to try and put a price on a mammoth. And also, what would I do with it? I work here all the time. Where would I keep
I
it?
couldn't even price on that mammoth, and I'll look at the sword.
No, I am afraid. I see an opportunity here. I see individuals, capable fighting men that would be able to resolve an issue that I myself could not resolve. No, respectfully, Sulfur would prefer it unless you can give me the funds for the sword, the 1,200 gold pieces, go and speak to Hadafar and alleviate me of my
I
debt.
can't. That's
am-
fine.
You said it was enchanted. What's enchanted with?
It allows the individual wielding it a certain amount more surety of hitting that which they intend to kill, and slightly more cutting and slashing prowess, shall we say.
Yeah. I'll give you my
Efficient in the
firstborn
right
son.
hands. Yes, it is a good weapon. I had it enchanted by an individual that I drank in some years back, and until that point it was just a beautiful sword, but now a very deadly weapon as well, in the right hands. Your hands, it looks very good. I will, however, take it back for the moment, at least, if you are finished inspecting it. And with that, he just carefully just kind of takes it back off and says, "So, are you
I
interested?"
was wondering if you remembered I still had it.
Yeah, damn right, I remember. So he kind of turns it. He says, "He's doing it for your benefit." He says, "You may find a double-edged scimitar such as this to the south, possibly. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. Maybe it'll be cheaper, but you will not find something as beautiful as Winter's Bite. That I can assure you."
Okay, well, I need to go help this guy.
I'll come with you, Pike. It can't be that hard, can it? It'd be alright.
No.
Actually,
And I think
Timber, how
No,
far is
that'd
the
be fine.
stables
I
from?
think that suited you
from
down
the
to
back?
the
Oh, you
T,
could-
that scimitar.
You could probably get back just before they're about to leave, possibly.
Some may say I've already taken the feat to wield one.
I know he's taken the feet to wield one. So with that, if there's no other business that you yourselves want to conclude, Torek will be coming through the door momentarily. If there's anything else anybody wants.
No, I'm done.
Nope.
All right.
Well, I'd like to buy that bow.
The bow for 50 gold
The
pieces.
bow
It
and-
is yours.
And,
And a
what,
chain.
like 20, 30 arrows?
Yes. Arrows. I have not sold many arrows recently, so I struggle to remember how much I sell arrows for. Let's call it 2 gold pieces for 20 arrows.
All right.
Maybe you're ripping some off. 52 gold pieces for a bow and a quiver of 20 arrows. Enjoy.
Sold. Thank you.
Very well. So with this, Torek, you're now coming through, and you see the guys are the rest of them are just about to turn and leave, and you've just my owling friend, you made it back, yes?
Bloody hell! Yeah, his thumbs up. There's like bent over, slightly out of breath.
Take your time. Take your time. Catch your breath. It's
Oh,
important.
God.
Breathe.
Oh, I hate running. Why didn't I just fly?
That would have been more wise of you. Yes.
Wings.
Show me what you have.
Hurt. Legs more
Show me
so. Just like slowly like walking over now.
Come, show me what you have for sulfur.
I'll just rest the cloak in progress down onto the table in front of me with the silver ingots that I left there.
It shows promise. Certainly, it shows talent and promise. Yes, yes. If you want to come and do some work for me, if you're in town for a day or so, I can find something for you to do that'll allow me to focus on this hammer, this hand axe, and these other work that you have for me. Yes, by all means, certainly. Yes, come and see me. Come and see me tomorrow morning if you are going to be in town for the day, and we will discuss what you can help me with.
Okay.
Oh no, actually, tell I. Come and see me in a little bit. Because you're going to be working, potentially going tomorrow. So come and see me in a few hours, and we will get you working on something.
That's more like it. Good.
Yeah, I suddenly realised.
Because like you said that, and I'm like,
I suddenly forgot. Yes, no. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Right.
Sorry,
So
doing
just
a
to
night
clarify,
shift.
Right. It's gonna play.
Just
So I've
to
got
clarify, I ain't going anywhere about that sword.
I somehow
we're
thought
going to
that
be
was-
here for more than one day, I think.
Okay, so just to clarify, I've got for Magnus, I've got silvering an axe for 60 gold pieces, and you've consumed 2 ingots to allow him to do that.
2 silver ingots, you've got my axe, and 60 gold, yeah.
And he's going to take that up front as well. So if you haven't deducted
Yeah,
it already,
no, I'll take it
deduct
off.
now.
Yep.
Okay, we've got creating a dagger for Tiberius using a consumed silver ingot that you're going to take out your inventory, and 40 gold pieces as well up front. Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it all after though, because last time I tried to deduct shit from like driving it, everything just went wrong.
No, it's okay. As long as you remember to take your money at
yeah.
some point. That's cool. And he's sending Pike off to go see Hadavar in the Terrible Tusk, and Torrik is going to do some work for him to help him. There was an axe, wasn't it, Torrik? You were about an axe, weren't you?
Yeah, so a silver hatchet head and some silver arrows. So basically silvering a hatchet.
And did he? So that was going to be 2 ingots then. I don't know if we discussed it, but we'll say it's 2 ingots. Yep. You've got 2 ingots here to consume.
Yep.
And
an ingot each.
And it will cost you 40 gold pieces as well. Okay. And then he'll pay you. He might deduct some or pay you back for the work that you do. Okay.
Okay.
Happy with that?
Yep.
Right. So with that all taken care of, I assume you guys are heading over to the Terrible Tusk.
I am, yes.
All right. Now.
Yeah. Before we leave, can I ask him real quick? Are there any Nostramar army depots around here that might be interested in acquiring a mammoth? Any beastmasters you know of?
It is not unheard of for the Nostramarian army to use such beasts, though I would suggest you probably would have more luck if you'd gone east. They tend to operate closer to the capital. There is an army camp that I have heard of off to the east, northeast to be precise. Several days' travel, though.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome, my feathered friend.
As
Very well.
the rest sort of filter out, Magnus sort of hangs back a little bit, and sort of leans in as you watch him disperse out the door.
Goodbye. See you soon. Goodbye. Goodbye to you, shifty one. I see you soon. Yes, you come get that sword. Yes, go speak to Hadavar. Hello. What do you want to say to Sulfur?
Sulfur, just a quick one. I know you're busy and everything, but I'm after a couple of little trinkets. Nothing too mad. But and what Magnus is doing is sort of folding out one of the pages of his journal that he's scribbled a design on, and sort of showing Sulfur. I mean, what do you reckon about that? Could you knock up a few of them?
He takes it. He looks at. How many do you wish for?
8, sort of coin size.
8?
Is that okay?
Yes, I could do this. Yes, in silver, yes, or in another metal.
I mean, I have a spare silver ingot. that you could use. I mean, use the rest sparingly on the other parts. You know, whatever's left over is yours.
If you have the silver, then yes, by all means, I can make you 6 of these, quite beautifully designed.
Sorry,
Yes,
8.
I
I
could do
think,
this.
if that's okay.
8, 8.
Um,
Sorry, yes, 8. You did say 8.
I've got you know, when we acquired the mammoth, we got the 30 well, lots of gems, should I say, from said giant's pocket. Would that suffice in the silver ingot and the 30 gems, if you could do that for me?
You wish me to incorporate gems into these?
No,
Or to
payment.
use
As payment.
payment in gems? Yes, by all means, I will take the equivalent in gems. Yes, by all means.
Oh,
I
fantastic.
can use them in the hilts of swords and pommels and all
Oh,
sorts.
yeah.
Yes, by all means.
Oh, good. Okay, great. I'll leave that with you then, if that's okay, and I'll pop back in the morning.
Yes,
tomorrow at some point.
For this, I would say 5 gold pieces, or equivalent in gems.
Yeah, of
for
course.
these coins.
Ah, brilliant.
Very well.
No, that's lovely job. Sulphur, thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. And I'll catch up with my mates to grab a beer and chat to Hadavar, is it?
Yes, Hadavar, you are most welcome, Magnus Willowhorn. And that's the thing you notice as he remembers you, as he's writing it down. Well, enjoy your drink in the terrible tusk.
Okay.
And I will see you tomorrow.
Appreciate that, Sulphur. Sulphur. And sort of scurries out after.
Goodbye to you, good day. And you see that with that, as you're going out, you notice he's cupping up some more of that, and he's rubbing his hands and putting his face with more of that blacked out powder. And he's looking around, and he just hops up into the rafters and just seems to disappear up into the rafters. And he's gone. Right. You step out onto the street. You're heading towards the tavern. And because they have been waiting patiently in the sidelines, no. Our 3 individuals that went
knuckle dusters
to the terrible tusk.
Crap.
3 individuals that went to the terrible tusk. I'll just see, is that coming through for everybody? There we go.
Yeah,
right.
So,
Okay.
are we going to be walking in now?
No, well, they'll obviously, there's going to be a little time before they come in, but this is your time now for you. Let me just make my slight adjustments. You never know who it is that can be walking and what you're going to do, and so there we go. And then you've got Dolph with you as well. Okay, so you walk in.
Yeah.
2, and that I've just heard the music go quiet, so let's have a little bit of something tavern related. That was perfectly timed. Let's get that up. Let's get me some tavern tunes. I'm having a wobble. Hang on a minute, I'll be right with you. You walk in and you
head straight to the bar.
Head straight to the bar. Okay. Okay. You walk in and you notice there are a few people sat around. Locals, individuals, mostly commoners and things. You see a couple of people that look like they're merchants or travellers.
Can I do a quick check? I will do a insight, or an insight check, please, just to see if there's anything strange or anyone there watching. If it's
okay,
possible.
give me an insight check then to see if there's anything that looks slightly untoward. Go perception or insight, but insight if you want to just have a bit of a. We'll go with it.
16.
Yeah, you get. I mean, obviously, you get that first initial glance as new people come in. That's just standard with most places. They curiosity, etc. You notice nobody particularly gives a lingering stare at you. You don't see anybody hugging the corners or sitting somewhat off to the side to watch everybody. It looks like it all looks relatively upfront and nothing looks particularly peculiar. Okay.
Cool. Okay, so I'm going to just look at Illumina and be like, beer?
And I'll look back and yes, please.
Come on then, Minara. Let's see what we can do here. And we're gonna head. And I'll be like, Dolph, I don't need to ask you, do I?
I've been absolutely yearning for a mead since we got it. Absolutely, yeah. Something sweet and strong will do me. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Following your
Go
lead,
sit
Arwen.
over in that go sit in that table over in the corner there where your mouse was nearly.
Over here.
No, the
this
one
one?
at the back.
That one there.
Up a bit more.
Oh, this
That
one in the
one,
corner here.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see it. I'll head over that way, and he walks over as the two of you are heading towards the bar.
Yep.
Okay. As you approach, you don't see any kind of serving person, and it's only when you get to the bar that you hear the foot padding of somebody on the other side of the bar. And as you approach, as you get close to the bar, this face pops and goes, "Welcome to the." It's a goblin. It's a goblin because
You got this, Timber. Come on. Go on.
welcome to the terrible task. What can I get for you?
Hello.
Oh god, he's a Geordie. He's a Geordie.
Geordie goblin.
I'm gonna just like lean over towards so she doesn't. The goblin doesn't have to look up and go. Can I have 3 of your finest meads, please?
She's holding on. It's almost like you can see the nail marks on the bar where she does this a lot. She's basically holding on. She's like leaning forward, and her legs are like this on the other side of the bar. Finest meads, you say? You'll be so bloody lucky. All right, let me have a look.
You got
think I've got
some ale or anything nice like that?
It's ale. Whether it's nice, it's personal preference, I suppose. It's all dependent on whether you. Yeah, I got something for you. Hang on a minute. And she hops down on the thing, and you see her walking off down to the thing, and she kind of like chucks in the direction of the bar a couple of mugs, and then comes back and just hops up with this keg, this small kind of like keg, and she starts pouring, and she's kind of looking at you. I think I've seen your face. You new in town?
Yeah, we're just visiting.
Just visiting, are you? Okay, all right then. Well, there you go. There's one for you. And she
Talking of
you're a
visiting, is there any rooms available to rent for the evening?
so many rooms, loads of rooms. We've got some really nice rooms, I suppose, or some relatively standard rooms. How long are you staying for?
Maybe a day, maybe 2. So can I get a room, please? For me and my friend here.
Hi.
Hey, I see you. It's the fairy folk one. She's pretty. She is. She's lovely. She is.
Hello, stop it.
Have you got twins or like triplet rooms where you've got more than one bed in each one?
I got a nice double room. It's got its own bath in it as well. If you want, it's a little expensive, maybe, but it's not too bad.
Standard room would be good for me.
Standard regular room then. Okay, all right then. I can sort something out for you. Let's call it 5 gold a night.
All right, I'll take one then. And then how much
Standard.
was with the beers?
Oh, well, these. Oh, yeah, I suppose I get better charge you for these. And what are these days? 5 silver each for those, to be honest. But no refunds once you've drank it. Okay?
Yeah, that's fine. So I will just give you 7 gold.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, there's 7 gold there, and that's a nice little tip there.
Oh, very nice. You can stay, definitely. All right, then. Let me know if you need anything. Stubfoot's the name. Stubfoot Cold Nose. Right. Okay, then. And hops down onto the floor and just carries on looking for stuff to pot around and do. Leaving you with the tankards of a dark and slightly slightly curious-looking ale.
Yeah. I'm going to go make my
Okay.
way over to the table.
Okay, so you go and join, and you're sitting underneath what looks like a boar's head. Okay. So as you're looking around, there you go. Dolph is what have you got for me? Go on, Arwen. Let's have a look. Here it goes.
I don't know if it's any good, but it's alcoholic, so you should drink it.
Well, it doesn't look like the worst thing I've drank, but all right, let's give it a go. I suppose I'll be the taster. And it tips it back and goes, "Oh, it's sharp. That's incredibly sharp. That is. What is it? Ale? It's supposed to be ale.
Oh, that's what it is.
Oh,
She said no
right.
refunds, so.
Oh, Christ Almighty! I'm not surprised yet. All right, I suppose it'll do. But yeah, I wouldn't drink too many of them. I think that'll give you a headache. Whatever she's made or put in there is, well, this thing's floating in it for a start.
Oh dear.
So
Well, I'll take
sit
it back
down.
if you want.
Oh no, it's all right. It'll do. It'll do. He sits back and has a drink. Thank you, Arwen. Thank you very much. And he kind of lingering stare as he kind of drinks it back. Right. What are you guys doing?
I'm
I'm
gonna
just-
just be like, I'm just gonna say this road trip's getting a bit too much for me. I don't know what to do.
I
After
know,
yesterday,
we're just-
today, that's the closest I can. It scared me a little bit. God, I hope there's no more silly quests that we have to do.
You know, we're gonna walk out of here and there's gonna be like 10 giants that want to fight us.
Yeah. Oh, well, let's just enjoy being some safe walls, hopefully. About time.
I know, what a relief. Hope nothing bad happens. And I'm just gonna chug
Spain.
my mead.
Yeah, it's sour tasting. It's quite a hefty, you know, even for your size, it's quite a hefty thing. But it's yeah, it will do the job. Eventually, you drink enough of them, but it's not going to be the most pleasant drink that you've had all night or since so far. Okay.
Okay.
So a little time passes then, if unless you guys have anything else you want to do or say or attempt before I bring the rest in.
I'm good.
Not really. I think we're just gonna sit, chill. I'm gonna just be like kind of a bit relieved after the fight with the giant and that, because obviously that's the first time I've actually really fully been damaged and a little bit
yeah.
on death that I can remember.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cheers and go, thank you to Luminara, the Lumineer, and I keep saying that.
Yeah.
And then I'm just gonna say thank you for keeping me alive. Good
You're
help.
welcome. And you can call me Lumi if you want.
Oh, Lumi, I like that. I did save your life, so I guess we're even now.
I guess we are, yeah, you did.
We'll be down
Right.
in a ship.
Yes, that's right, isn't it? Yes, of course. So and Dolph is sitting there, and he's kind of, you see him, he's continuously swilling these. That's most touching, that is, ladies. That's most touching indeed. Honestly, he's just taking a sip of it. He says there they are. I don't know if you want to forewarn them about it, or if you want to see them fall into the same trap we seem to have. And you see the rest as you glance over. You see the rest of the party are heading in through the door. Guys, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go over to them and go, I don't think you should drink this. It's not very good.
Oh,
You can have a sip of mine if you want to try.
what? Ale's not very good. There's no such thing. Telling you. Give it here. I'll sort of I'll take a big gulp and then go, God, I put bloody hairs on your chest, that thing, doesn't it? Christ.
Oh yeah, it's you've the last time you drank something like that, Magnus, you were on your way back west, and you had been drinking with some hill tribe orcs, and they produced something of similar strong,
like moonshine type stuff, is it?
Yeah.
How long until you're able to sort your that other stuff out?
Oh, what, in a blacksmith?
No, in your beer.
Oh, my beer. Ah, good point. I'll get a couple of these ales, because these I expect the first one's a bit ropey, but the second and third go down all right. And then let me tot it up on the journal on the table over there.
Oh.
So
I'm gonna just go over to the lady again and go, oh, the rest of them are in, whatever they're having.
I'll go up.
So you walk over. You're going with?
Yeah, I'll head over to the bar.
I'll
so
head over as
Magnus,
well.
as you, Torik's going over as well. You
Yeah.
generally all line at the bar.
I'm there.
Okay, as everybody's kind of generally making their way over there, she's kind of sort of, she looks up, sees you all kind of like looming over. So she goes, "Oh, it's going to take me ages to serve you lot. Oh, yeah, hang on a minute." And he spots you and she hops up again and she comes right up in your face and says, "Do you want the same again, dear?"
Oh no, what else have we
pointing.
got, please?
Might
Oh
have
no,
some
hang on,
wine
I'll sort of
around here.
stop her. I'll go, don't worry about it. I'll just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, what is it, 8 of your 9 of your cheapest shit.
That'll be
I think
that.
that was just what we
That's
drank there.
fine. Perfect. That's all we need.
Yeah.
We just spent a shitload
Yeah.
of money. We just want your cheapest ale.
All right.
I
All right.
mean,
All right.
I mean, how much is the mead then? How much is the mead?
Mead? You'd be so lucky. No, it's ale or ale or maybe a bit of wine, possibly. Though I don't know how long it's been there. To be honest, it's all ales. It's just ales, different types. Most of them are like that, though. To be honest.
What do the locals drink round here?
Most of them drink that, I suppose.
Same shit, different barrel.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
All right, then we'll have another 9 of those then.
Another 9 of those. All right. How much did I charge you for those? It's 5 gold, 5 silver, I think it was, or something. All right, then call it 10 silver, then 5 gold, or you know, and I don't know, you know. Yeah, just round it up, or something. Make it easy for yourself and for me as well.
I'll just sort of really strangely hand over 5. Is 5 okay?
She did not take business management class.
Jesus.
Take the 5. Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it. All right then. Yeah, fine. Okay then. And she goes, and I've got to see if I've got enough mugs around here, and they've got to be clean, I suppose. So I'll have a little look. She goes, all right, give me a minute. And she starts ruffling. You see her legs go underneath the bath. And she starts, the legs are just dangling like that. Eventually, these tankards start coming out and over the top, and then she's just hopping up the top with them. And she's literally walking along the bar to do to fill them on the taps, but she's on the bar doing it. Right, there you go. That one's for you. That one's for you. There you go. And then eventually she's giving us. Says, I suppose come and let me know if you want anything else. I guess.
Oh
Yeah.
Any food going?
Food. Maybe. Hang on a minute. I'll go and have a look. And she hops down, goes out to the back, and you hear this. It's kind of like screeching sound. It sounds like 2 goblins arguing. And she goes back out. She says, mutton. Got some mutton. A couple of days old though. It's all right.
Dried mutton or like
Oh, it's dry.
a meal that's been prepared that's 3 days ago?
I could wet it up a bit if you wanted. Maybe got some...
I'll stick with my ale, thanks.
I mean, wet it up with what exactly?
I could moisten it in a pan in a bit of butter. Some
Ooh.
butter
Why
or
don't
something,
you
maybe.
ask that?
I mean, that does sound a bit better.
Yeah, I could put some bit of butter on it or something, or I don't know, bit of ale. I could probably tip some ale on it. That'd moisten it up a little bit. That ale though.
Bit
That.
of ale and butter.
You can have some potatoes.
You
but gotta pay-
you guys want some of that as well, or?
You got to pay more for the potatoes though, and veg.
No, thank you.
I'm all right. I'll just stick with my ale.
You want to risk it?
That sounds bloody grim.
I'd eat it. Most of the time, I'd eat it.
Cyrus, Pike, Tiberius, you want to risk it?
I think
Oh,
I'm
God,
good.
no.
I'll risk it. I'll risk it.
All right, Cyrus. Cyrus actually. Oh no, he's not. I'll get Cyrus one as well on Tiberius. How much are they?
They are, I would say, call it 5 silver pieces each. Yeah, 5 silver pieces each. That'll be all right.
For a 3-day-old meal.
Yeah. It's aged. It's aged.
minus the veg. Just the mutton and the.
Oh, you call it 6 silver pieces if you want some veg and some potatoes and things. Yeah, 6 silver pieces. Yeah. That sounds about
Sorry,
right,
4?
doesn't it? Yeah. How much? 4?
4, sorry.
4? Yeah, why not? Yeah. It's pretty old to be honest. I was going to throw it out anyway, so yeah, 4 will do.
Right, great sales pitch. And like Stick with Targles are very worried, but he'll take out 12 pieces of gold. 12 pieces of
12
silver,
pieces
sorry.
of gold for free. All right, go and
12 pieces of
find
silver.
somewhere. Go find somewhere to
Okay.
sit. I suppose I'll bring it over when it's ready. It's going to be ready. I mean, it's been sitting there for a while anyway. So, all right, hang on a minute.
This is not silver.
And out she
I'll
goes.
turn to everyone else. Everyone will be like, I should have just stuck with the wolf. But, I mean,
I think she had too
it
much of
might
her
be-
own
who knows,
moonshine
it might-
this one, hasn't she?
I mean, who knows? It might taste better than it sounds.
No, I can't
I
see
mean,
it.
I fancy a proper meal. As proper as you could get with this, I guess.
Okay, so are you all heading over? And there is somebody does kind of maneuver off, kind of head off from that table. So that table pretty close does become free a little while during that conversation. So
Yeah, so I'll take my hour, go and sit on the table, sort of in and around those guys. That's it.
okay, is everybody kind of just generally moving off
Oh.
in this direction?
I'll go to where Cyrus was, so I'm close to the tables, but still standing at the bar. But kind of just like here,
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool.
just waiting for the meals.
All right then. So after a few minutes, sorry, Pike. I know you like to move yourself. Go wherever you want to go.
No, I didn't want to leave.
I think he wants to talk.
No.
Talk to her.
I want to talk to the barkeep, don't I?
Okay.
I've tried to put in like 3 times.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't
Don't
hear
worry.
you. So she comes out. She's holding these 3 tin plates, basically these very basic plates, and she comes walking out past, and she sees you at the bar. She says, "I'll be right with you. I'll be right with you, tall and handsome one. You just wait right there." And she comes out.
Well,
And
you
she
take
slaps
your
it on the
time, sweet stuff.
she slaps the one on the table for you, and it is basically it's just a deep, like really dull tin plate that has a very stringy, what you assume is mutton, with a sparse amount of just new potatoes that just look like they've basically just been boiled and thrown on there, and a handful of kind of seasonal vegetables that have probably gone slightly past their best. And she throws it up on these.
You threw in the veg for free.
She kind of looks around. She says, "Didn't feel right charging you for them, to be honest." Who's got the other 2
I'll
plates?
try and take that as a compliment.
Who's got the other 2 plates? Who are they going to?
I'll carry 2, and also I'll bring one across to Tiberius.
One to Tiberius, and then
I'll
there's
whack
one
down.
to somebody else.
I'll whack one down, and then I'll grab the other, and I'll bring it across to Cyrus, and I'll just plonk myself down next to Arwen right here.
Okay, cool. So as she comes around, Pike, as you're sitting at the bar, literally the claws come up and dig into the bar, and she pulls herself up right close to your face. You've got that big pointy goblin nose. She said, "You want another one of the ales then, dear?"
Sorry, I was letting the dog out. Can you repeat that?
Do you want another one of the ales, dear? You want another one of the ales?
No. You can have that one.
Probably wise. What can we do for you then? What is it you want?
Just I saw you behind the bar, someone highly intelligent like yourself. I figured you would know. I'm looking for someone, and I figured, like, why wouldn't you go to the smartest person in the room to try and find them?
Well, you're looking for someone, are you? Oh, okay. I see you're in the market. You're looking for someone, eh? Hey, you found someone. Yeah, I'd mess you right up. I would make a right mess.
Oh, no, I think you would. I 100% believe it, and I'm here for it. But I do need to. I'm looking for someone, not in the same way that I know how I found you. Just someone I need to have a chat with. They got a problem, and I think I've got a solution. And then I can help you with your problem.
All right, okay. You treat him mean, keep him keen, make me wait. All right, fine, fair enough. Who are you looking for?
A guy called Hadvar.
Hadvar? Oh, he's over in his usual seat. He's over there. What do you want Hadvar for? He's dull. He's incredibly dull. You'd have much more fun with me.
I'm sure most people are incredibly dull compared to yourself.
Literally, she's literally holding on for dear life onto this bar at the minute because her legs are dangling. And she's leaning forward like this. And she's like, all right then. Well, if you're looking for Hadvar, he's over there. He always sits over there. Doesn't spend a lot on. He doesn't drink too much, to be honest. But yeah, he's all right. Just a bit dull. He's over there.
Is there anything worth knowing about him?
Nothing particularly interesting. No, he keeps himself to himself. He's got a sister. She's got a son. They come in here sometimes. He's he's a local lad. Has lived here all his life, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, he's I think he's got links to some farms or something. He's just local. He's local. He's always been here.
Okay. Oh. Well, thank you greatly.
Oh, thank you, and I'll see you later. Shall I?
I'm sure you will.
Oh God.
All right then. All right, and with that, she hops down. And at this point, before you go on,
no, carry on.
I'll say before we go into any conversations with Hadvar, I've just realised we're at 10:30. How would everybody like a break?
Yeah, sound.
Yep.
I think we got to try this one back in anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, okay then. Yeah. Should that be a good time? Obviously, a good opportunity to sort that out and to take a short break. Should we? How long does everybody want?
Just 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5-10 minutes. Okay. Then, yeah. See you in 5-10 minutes. We left off with Pike questioning Stubfoot Coldnose, the female goblin owner of the Terrible Tusk. A couple of our party have got rooms with the intention of staying here tonight. We're working our way through some food and drink, which is, I guess, challenging to eat and drink. And Pike has just obtained some information on a gentleman called Hadvar, who is quite a burly human who's sitting in the corner of the tavern, who is a local lad, has been in Axepoint as long as certainly Stubfoot can remember, and has a predicament. Sulphur has requested that Pike and the group, by extension, speak to this individual to see how they can assist him in payment of Sulphur's debt. Okay? So we pick back up with Pike. As you glance across the room, you see in the direction that Stubfoot was kind of pointing with a gnarled, clawed finger, and there is a man sitting there opposite, and he's talking to somebody, but he's just tucking in, and you see him at that moment lift up the mutton that he's got and just shake his head, and then just it drops off his fork and splashes like some kind of gravy, and he just kind of starts kind of cutting it, but you can see by the grimace on his face, he's not exactly enjoying the meal that he's eating. Okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna saunter on over. Slanter.
Okay, well, saunter yourself over then, sir. So you're kind of weaving in amongst the tables and just the individuals. Oh God, you haven't even had a drink yet. Is that how you saunter?
Just sauntering, my friend.
As you get a bit closer, he's kind of talking to the guy opposite him, but he kind of glances at you out the corner of his eye, approaching as he's cutting his food, but just kind of glances at you and then just starts continuing with eating his food.
Now, do I know which one of them it is, or do I just know it's one of these two?
The one that is facing you is the one that she kind of gestured towards, and you saw him you made eye contact with him as you were approaching. You can reasonably assume that this is Hadavar.
And well, I'm going to take a seat. Yeah.
He kind of glances and sees you and says, I don't know you, but well met.
Ah, but I know you.
That is ominous, to say the least. How do you know me?
Our mutual friend Sulphur sent me your way.
Sulphur? What does that wily cat want?
He seems to think you've got an issue that you need help being dealt with.
Yes, you might say that. Seems word is traveling faster than I would like. Yes, you could say I have a predicament that needs resolving. How do you think you could help, though? Are you a fighter?
Well, me and my party are very handy, shall we say.
Yeah. Where are they?
Oh, they're in the top left corner.
And he follows your hand and looks at... How many of you are there?
9.
You think yourself capable warriors, do you?
I mean, we've done a bit of hacking and slashing here and there.
He glances up at the guy opposite him, and they kind of make eye contact, and he kind of just nods. He just kind of gestures him away, and he just kind of nods, and he looks to you, and the other guy just kind of nods, and he takes his plate and steps away from the table, and kind of moves himself off a bit. And Hadvar places his knife and fork down, and he kind of turns his seat to the side to look at you. So, let me get this straight. Sulphur is sending you here to assist me with my predicament in payment of the debt that he owes me. Is that the right of it?
Yeah, well, Sulphur said to us that he kind of owes you a debt, and his way of paying that off is by sending us in my group your way, really.
He's a shrewd one, and I think I know what he's referring to. All right, I'll bite. I suppose I need to explain a few things to you then, so you can understand what exactly it is that is...
Yeah, he was a little vague. He didn't want to spread too much about, your own business, but he just sort of pointed me in your way.
Oh, I can understand that, and it's appreciated. All right. Are you local? I've not seen you before, so I assume you're passing through.
Yeah, me and my party, we've just come down from the north after killing the local a giant along the way.
Killed a giant?
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know, and we took his mammoth as well. I don't know if you've seen that in the local stable yet.
I've not seen or heard anything about any mammoth, no. But all right.
But that was this. Just so you know.
So you're another one that has a reputation that perceives you. Well, all right then. If you're not local, you won't have heard of the Iron Sons, I take it.
No, I have not.
That doesn't surprise me. They're a bunch of local lads and girls. Young folk, shall we say, some of them. And they are, for lack of a better term, milk drinkers. They are whelps. Fancy themselves mercenaries or fighters, warriors, like you claim to be. But the truth is, none of them have ever really gone further than a day's walk from Axepoint. And in terms of what they've fought, I'd wager nothing better than a pack of scraggly wolves or a half-starved bear. But they vote to be local legends and warriors for hire, mercenaries for gold and so forth. They go out and help a few of the farmers, and they win small victories at great cost, and they come back and they celebrate it and get drunk for a month like they've done something really fancy. We tolerate it because they are our young people, and for the most part, they're seemingly harmless. My sister's son, my nephew, has recently signed up with these Iron Sons, and this is a problem for me. I've been trying to find him some local work, and maybe you know what young folk are like. He will not listen to me. He's stubborn like that, much like his father was, God rest his soul. So he wants to go off and be a great hero and adventurer and fight monsters. But he is young, and he knows nothing of the world and nothing of monsters. If they were only fighting bears and starved wolves, I wouldn't be so concerned. But we have a local pest problem, shall we say, here in Axepoint. Tell me, from which direction did you come?
We came down from the north.
From the north. So how close did you come to the hot nests? You'd have known and seen them if you came close.
What nest? Is that the spiders?
No, they're not spiders, my friend. The hot nests are in the fjords. Did you pass the fjords on your way south? You did, but you cross over a bridge.
Yeah, we went near them. We didn't go through them.
Close enough to see them?
No.
What do you...
We crossed over the
All
bridge
right.
to get here.
The Blizzard Bridge, no doubt. And you probably came straight here, so you won't have seen the hot nests. Let me explain something to you, and then maybe you'll understand my problem. The hot nests are a somewhat unique location near Axepoint. A few days' travel from here to the northwest. It is the only islands cluster that you'll ever find in a set of fjords where the snow will never settle. They're completely barren. And that is on account of what lives on the island, or rather, what lives in it and under it. Are you familiar with a remoraz?
No.
A hot nest
I am not.
is a nest of remoraz. They've always been there, and Axepoint has always been aware of them and had to deal with them. Now, the local chieftain, several times a year, pays adventurers such as yourself to go and, shall we say, cull the population. The little ones, you understand, not the big ones, the little ones. Keeps them on the island. Keeps them from spreading onto the mainland. Now, last I checked, the chieftain hasn't done this for several months, and that only means that the hot nests will be more dangerous than they already are. I do not care for such business. It is not usually mine. But I have just recently found out that the Iron Sons, in some futile attempt to make themselves seem more legitimate, have taken the culling contract for the hot nests. And as far as I am aware, will be leaving any day now to travel northwest to cull the remoraz on the islands. My nephew Andros, fool, will be going with them, despite my best attempts to stop him. Now, I have tried to talk him out of it, and he is going to go. And I can only think of one solution. I need to find somebody to go and take the chieftain's contract and cull those remoraz before the Iron Sons go. If there's no remoraz there, or less remoraz, there's no need for them to go. And that will buy me more time to talk some sense into my nephew, find him some proper work, and get these stupid dreams out of his head. Now, you say you don't know what remoraz are, but you claim to be competent fighters, yes? Warriors and such?
We are, but I'm not, as you probably noticed, I'm not really around these parts, so your local wildlife is just local wildlife to me.
Well, I'm not interested in sending any man to his death, or sending anybody into something unprepared. So my advice to you would be, if you are indeed going to assist, at least maybe ask around and find out a little bit of information on what it is you're going to kill.
I mean,
But
you seem pretty knowledgeable. Can't you tell me?
I'll tell you what I know. They're large insects, centipede-type things, with armored hides, immune to fire damage and ice damage, and they tunnel underground, and they melt the ice where they're about to emerge. And they're not pleasant, put it that way, hence why the chieftain is so eager to make sure that they stay on the islands. You can understand now why I don't want my nephew Andros anywhere near those islands.
Yeah, and this contract is to kill an adult.
No, chieftain every 2, maybe 3 times a year sends adventurers, hires mercenaries to go and cull the population, the young ones. If you have a large one coming, you do what they do. You run. Nobody's expecting you to fight the larger ones. He only wants some of the smaller ones culled. Keeps the population down. Delays them from getting off the island. You understand?
Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense. So when's the next culling?
It's overdue. Several months overdue. My wagering is he's not sent anyone up there for 7, 8 months. Should be
Yeah.
3 times a year.
They've got the contract now, right?
Well, they are talking of getting the contract, yes. It might well be that you can speak to the chieftain directly and he'll give the work to you. He understands what the Iron Suns are, but he hasn't had anybody else offer, so he's given the work to them.
Okay.
These are
Do you
our
know
young
the
people,
chieftain
though.
well?
I've seen him to speak to a little. He's an orc. Goldrin is his name.
The wealthy.
As wealthy as any Nostramarian chieftain with responsibility is, he has a little coin to his name. It might well be that he could pay a little bit. The contract tends to bring some coin. And if you agree to do this, as well as alleviating Sulphur's debt, possibly I'll give you a bit of coin as well. It won't be much, though. I'm not a rich man, shall we say.
No, that's fair. Okay.
Boring.
So, okay. Well, I'll talk to my party and I'll see what we can do.
Very well. Make sure they know it's Remoraz that they're going after. I wouldn't want to send anybody into something that they weren't aware. What was your name?
Okay. I'm Pike.
Pike.
Remember to tell your friend Sulphur that I came to speak to.
You go and do this contract. You come back, clear it with the chieftain, and that if Andros therefore does not have to go, I will tell Sulphur that his debt is resolved, and whatever agreement you have with him, then you will be able to go ahead with it.
Yeah, cool. Okay, well, I'm hoping to see you soon.
Speak to you soon, then, Pike. And with that, he picks up his fork and starts looking and kind of scowling at his plate again, like the food is not transferred into something more edible in the time that he's been talking to you. Okay.
I'm gonna go back to the group.
Okay.
Who's you talking to, Pike?
I was finding there's some work to do.
Work?
Yeah, well, wow, this is an expensive journey. We've got to fill our pockets with some sort of coin along the way.
What kind of work?
The sort of stuff that we're used to at this point. Monster slaying.
You just had a massive fight.
I know, wasn't it? Adrenaline pumping.
Speak for yourself.
I mean, I didn't take any damage the whole fight, so it seemed thrilling.
Did you
For me,
Pike?
time I
Did
ever
you
got anything.
did you speak to that Havadar or whatever his name is? Hadvar?
Yeah, I spoke to Hadvar. Yeah.
Oh right. What was his deal then?
To cut a very long story short, his nephews joined a rather noob mercenary company,
Right.
and they're trying to get a contract to go slay some baby. What was the monster called again?
Remor has. Now,
some baby
Cyrus,
Remahaz.
are you within earshot of this? I assume you are. Oh, you're on the-
yeah.
if-
I mean, we're at two tables next to each other. I'd assume we could all hear each other.
Yeah, that you'll be aware of what those are when they're mentioned.
Oh God. There's something crazy then if I know them.
Yeah. So, but carry on, Pike.
Yeah, they're basically trying to get a contract to go kill some baby Rezran. He basically wants us to take that contract so his nephew doesn't go do it. He's worried his nephew's going to die.
If it's a baby monster, then
I think
surely
they want us to
deal with that, right?
Yeah, but I don't really know what the monster is. He said it was immune to fire and cold damage, and
oh, that's the only shit I can do. So I guess I'm out.
I mean, I'll just be like digging into the mountain as I'm saying this. I mean, like, well, I'll turn to like, Cyrus, you know what the hell a Remoraz is?
DM, how much would I know about Remraz?
You
They're
play
immune to fire and cold damage.
I will tell you a bit about Remahaz from what Cyrus' point of view, but just out of curiosity, do you know anything about Remahaz? Does anybody know anything about Remahaz?
I've never even heard that.
I've seen it.
Is that new? Is that new in 2024, or is that an old creature?
No.
I've never even heard of that.
I'll keep my mouth shut, but I've seen a little bit whilst browsing monster stuff, trying to find a specific monster for certain fights.
So
you brought this out randomly at one point, remember? I remember you accidentally spawning in a token with this. No.
Okay, so from in terms of placing yourself into your studies, Cyrus, from your
this up. Give me it all.
Okay, so when you were doing your studies as a blood hunter, the theoretical side of it, they talked about some of the apex predators of the different areas of Dralas. Okay, they talked about the Udak in the Utan lands. They talked about a lot of the large giants that roamed the different biomes, and some of the ones that crossed over. Dragons obviously were covered, and how to deal with them, and perhaps even not deal with them. Remahaz came up in that conversation. They are an insect. They're a large insect. When they grow to full maturity, they're quite sizable. They are Arctic predators. They tunnel under the ground. They have heated bodies. Okay? Which means if you're swallowed by one, you're bang in trouble. Okay? They also have immunities to both cold and fire damage. Okay? So when you were told about dealing with Remahaz, it was advised caution specifically for blood hunters who ignite their weapons. You're going to make a blind bit of difference. Okay, it's a good monster. It's a good old real sweater of a monster. Okay, the baby ones are good fun. The big ones even more so. All right. And there is a nest. It's called the Hot Nests because it is on an island, a cluster of islands within the southern fjords, which you've passed. So you'll have to double back for a couple of days. And the islands, whereas the rest of the, is covered in snowfall, barely ever does snow settle on these islands because the ground is full of Remahaz. Okay.
Well, yeah, Pike. How badly do you want that sword?
I mean, I do want the sword, but if the party doesn't want to do it, then I'm not going to force anyone to do it if they don't want to do it.
Fuck
I
it,
mean,
I'm up for it.
We can try and just convince the kid not to go. I mean, if the rest go, then.
If I had the gold to buy the sword, I'd buy the sword, but I don't.
That's a good. Like, can't we just convince the kid not to?
Yeah.
Not to go.
I mean, that is
we
the
could
real
do-
issue. The fact that the kid's going.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I did think about just kidnapping the kid at one point.
I mean, I'll scare him straight. I've fucking been hunting
Sorry, you
monsters
want to
my whole life.
You want to kidnap the kid?
Why don't we just throw the
All right,
kids
don't
in
say
the
kidnap
house?
3 times loudly. You know, it's like
Oh, I'm sorry, but it's not exactly a great thing to be, doing when we're just
you're
doing
one to
like,
talk about what you've done.
Just-
Okay,
Just
I don't want another Glacier City. Every place we've been in so far, it's been something.
Well, we could always just the kid, and then yeah, we.
Look, I'm actually
Zach
having a
over
nice
his head.
time here for once.
Why don't we get the kid to come along with us?
Would we be any better?
He doesn't want him fighting. Oh, we don't know that. Oh yeah, why does he care about this kid?
It's his nephew.
Oh right.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah.
We'll give him work. Yeah, he can work with Dolphin with Ambrosia.
I mean, how bad can it be, really? A couple of insects.
He also
innit?
did mention that the main contract for killing these creatures is from the chief.
From the chief.
Chief who?
Yeah, chief
of
the town.
Axepoint, or?
Yeah.
Oh right. What? So we get paid for it as well?
Who? Yes, yeah. That's what I mean. We can get money from doing the contract, and then as a side bonus.
How much is the gold from the contract?
I don't know. Hadvar didn't know that. He said if we want to do it, then we need to speak to the chief basically to try and get the contract.
Are you suggesting that we try and steal the contract from them, basically, by talking to the chief, getting them off
That's Hadvar's plan. Is for us to basically get the contract before this mercenary company does.
Well, I guess we can go and chat to the chief and see what's what. It can't do any harm, can it?
Or get a contract but not fulfill it and disappear anyway down south. That solves everyone's problem.
I guess
Does it?
we might have to take
really
some
wanna
sort of
take a
evidence back.
contract.
Why don't we just kill the other mercenaries? The kid will have no one to go with. He won't go, and then
You sick puppy, Cyrus.
I'm sorry,
Christ.
Cyrus, but is the amulet talking right now?
Oh shit, yeah. Forgot about
Bloody hell, Cyrus!
that.
I
Well,
mean,
did he?
I thought that was a better idea.
What did he say? Where we can find the chief?
He didn't know, but I'm sure if we asked the lovely barkeep, we could find out.
Well, what do you reckon?
right.
This is fucked. I'm just gonna just start digging into my meal again.
Well, let's
mean-
go talk to the chieftain and see how much it is. Like, if it's not a lot of gold, then it might not be worth it. But if it's
Yeah,
enough for us to keep traveling south, it might be worth it.
we could also just try and convince the kid as well. That option is free.
Yeah, I'd rather not fight those things because I'd rather convince the kid, get the money, the sword, and just keep heading south.
I think it's worth trying to convince
Why
the
does
kid.
he want to go with them? Is he some kind of mercenary? He thinks he's
He's joined up to the mercenary company. The mercenary company is full of young kids who don't know their left from their right.
So they're just overconfident kids.
Oh, well, look at us. It shouldn't
Yeah.
be too hard to get the contract from them. Let's go talk to the chieftain.
We nearly died to a giant just not long ago, and you want to go fight more things.
Yeah, well, that was you. There's 8 of us, The rest of us did pretty well in that fight.
That's fine. It was our one wasn't looking too great.
right.
Well, yeah, look, she's not even wearing armor. That's her fault. The rest, like I said, the rest of us did pretty well.
Let's go and have a chat with the chief, innit?
All right, well, let's ask the barkeep, right? I'll just yell, "Barkeep!" and just like look over to the bar.
as you do, you see this little head pop up once and go, yeah, and then drop down again. Then tries a second time. Literally, just latches on. What do you want? You want another round?
Yeah, I think Pike said he'll take one, but we're looking. Where's the chieftain live?
You want to go speak? You want to go speak to Goldrin? He's going to be up at the keep. Yes.
Where's the
chief.
keep at? Is it in town, or we gotta walk somewhere outside of town, or?
She kind of slips a little bit. She lets her one out. Big building. That direction there. You can't miss it. It's the one that's got the wall around it.
All right, Pike, pay her for your drink. Let's get out of here.
You want another one, or do you want something else?
Sorry.
He'll come back later for that something else. We gotta go talk to the chief.
All right then. I'll be here. She disappears behind the tavern and just lets go and drops off behind the tavern. But
on the side note, guys, we might be able to sell the mammoth to the chieftain.
Or
maybe the mammoth will help us fuck these things up.
I was going to say, can we take the mammoth to to nuke it?
There is also that.
Oh yeah, let's try that.
All right, this whole time I've been eating that really nasty, like 3-day-old food. Did it taste good at all, or was it horrible? Like,
no, it's fatty. It's like really. I mean, sometimes like lamb is kind of not. It's not lamb. It's like mutton, but it's just fatty and it's just.
Does it count as a ration? I mean, I've been eating it just.
This time, I've probably been swallowing it more than chewing it. But
I've been like taking like chunks out that look good, like picking and choosing when I'm eating out of it.
I know. I've been enjoying it.
Yeah, you'll fucking eat anything.
It counts as a ration, but you might find you have to dig your latrine a bit further away from the camp in the coming days because you don't know what's going to do to the other side.
I mean, Tiberius ate that whole thing, so he'll really
we
be
eat raw
feeling it.
meat. What does that entail?
Yeah.
All right, I'll slap the table down to the chieftain then.
What time is it?
standing
Sorry, how late or not late?
In the time, you're still before midday, so you got plenty of time.
How long has it been though? Like a few hours?
Yeah, with you, well, about an hour or two. Yeah, by the time you've come in, you've all settled down and talked and had your conversations with Hadvar and things. Yeah, a couple of hours. So you're looking at about 11.
I probably won't need to go to the blacksmith yet then.
Oh no! It's going to be. It'd have to be the rest of the day before you can retrieve weapons and things.
Oh no, it's for me to go work for him.
Oh yeah. No. He's about after midday. He said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, to the keep then, isn't it? Is it where?
Yep.
Is that where? Oh.
Yeah.
4 days. Magnus shouts, by the way. 4 days. That's it. That's it, everyone. 4 days till we get some bloody good beer. That's all we got left.
Don't say good that much.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
it's good. It's really good stuff.
Drink.
Yeah.
Okay.
That flew by, didn't it? 4 days. Right. Let's head off to the keep.
To the chieftain's keep then. Okay then. So if you want to just throw the general arty image back up for me then, Mr. Swift.
Roger.
And so as you finish off your food and finish off your drinks, make your way out into the back out into the street. And as you're glancing along the horizon, you can kind of see there is a section very similar to when you were in Greyfields that had its own built-in kind of area, fortified area within the town. There is a similar, although it's more up on a singular hill in the centre, that looks reasonably like it is where you need to go. You make your way through the streets, and you find yourself at the front gates, which are guarded by 2 guards. They cross the spears and say, "What is your business?"
We're here to speak to the chieftain, as I'll step up to them.
There's a chieftain's a busy man. What on what account do you need to speak to him?
Oh, well, we're well-trained mercenaries, and we heard you guys might have some contracts.
More individuals for the hot nest contract, then I assume.
The calling, yes, sir.
Very well. I'll see if he's available to speak to you. Wait here. And the one they lift the spears up, and the one heads inside, while the other one is just kind of standing there, just leaning on his spear, and he's just kind of like looking you each up and down. And he said, "So you fancy yourself Remoraz slayers, then, do you?"
Well, we killed giants and manticores, so. What about you? How long you been a town guard here?
But long enough to know and recognize bullshit when I hear it. Killed a giant.
Yeah, we did. You hear about that mammoth in the town stable? That's us. We took the giant.
I heard
You can
something
probably see
about
it from here. I'll look down the hill and like.
We're just sitting to see like a guy go flying off on the other side of the wall. It's rampaging.
You can't make out the mammoth on the other side of the wall from here, unfortunately. But he kind of looks. He kind of looks when you mention the mammoth. He goes, "I heard something about it."
And that was us, man.
A few moments go by, a few more, and eventually you hear a whistle, and the guard that you've been talking to turns around and sees the other one, and he just kind of nods and he says, "Follow him, head on through, don't wander off or anything, go straight in." And he moves to the side to let you go past. You head in, and you're in a small kind of courtyard that leads to a set of doors, and quite large doors. It's a similar kind of structure to that the Chieftain's Hall in Greyfields, but different layout, obviously, different location, different layout, but a similar styling. You kind of get the impression that the chieftains of a certain amount of means will have similar kind of keeps. You go in, you see the room is filled with retainers and certain people who are seeking audiences to deal with issues or to get guidance from the steward or from the chieftain himself. And at the very back of the room, you see two individuals on a raised bit of a platform. One is sat down. He's quite a burly, orcish man. He's got greyed hair that's kind of what's it called, shaved under, basically, so that the kind of the hair at the top is kind of at the back, and basically like a ponytail, but he's shaved on the sides. He is wearing quite thick fur like armor, quite looks like bear fur on his shoulders, and then stood behind him is a towering individual, a Goliath. He's standing there, kind of with an axe, which he's got pointed down. And this orcish fellow is listening to two individuals speaking to him about some kind of problem. You can't make out what they're saying, but after a short time, he kind of just puts his hand up and just kind of waves them away. And you see they kind of bow and then step back and start to walk away. You get a little bit of the conversation as they are leaving. He says, "Not going to bring back, is it?" And he says, "Shh, wait till we're outside." Two of them walk past you. That's all you catch. There's nobody immediately about to go up to him, and he kind of looks across to you, and he just kind of goes with his finger, just kind of gestures you forward, and the guard says, "Go on then."
How far
You've
from
got a
us
few
is
months.
it to him? Like, if we talk to ourselves, will he hear us? Or are we that close, or is it still
About
kind of distance?
about 60 feet away, so you're okay where you are.
I'll look to the group and be like, "How does an orc become a chieftain of a town in Nostramar? Aren't they usually out east?"
Hey, I ain't gonna guess. If he's a chieftain, he's a chieftain for a reason.
And is he a jarl or is he a chieftain? What's his proper title? They keep calling him chieftain.
I don't know. Like either or. I think it was the
I mean, he's an
jarl.
orc. I mean, are jarls human, or like, is he an orc? So does that mean he's a chieftain?
Magnus, you from obviously being local to Nostramar, you be able to chime in. Jarls are in charge of cities. They could be any race, but they are in charge of cities. Chieftains tend to control towns, and then elders of you've just come from Aetherwind that had an elder.
It's more villagey.
Thordra was a
villages.
chieftain.
Yeah.
Yeah, elders for villages, chieftains for towns, and then jarls for large cities. Have a lot of chieftains and jarls have a say in kind of like government and things like that. So.
Hopefully you haven't lost yours.
Okay.
Connor. Yeah, it's alright. Your connection was going a bit funny then.
Oh, sorry, apologies. How much of that did you catch? I didn't
No,
realise
that's
it was me
right.
that
I think we got it.
was
So
full of
we're dealing with a chieftain by the signs of it.
town and chieftain.
Was
Yeah.
Thordrill and Greyfield a chieftain? I have him down as Jarl in my notes, but was he a chieftain?
Oh yeah, he was a chieftain.
Well, Cyrus, I mean, I'm not sure about orcs, but there is. I've seen orcs up north before, but this would be a chieftain, I think. Apparently, the regular thing to do when meeting a chieftain is you've got to bow in front of him and then kiss his hand. All right?
You're bullshitting me. I'm not doing
I
that.
am
You're
not bullshitting you.
You're bullshitting me.
You got to kneel in front of him before you say
All of
anything.
us.
Kiss his hand. Telling you.
All of us have to do that.
Isn't that like a Wintelis thing?
We didn't do that to Thordrill when we met him in Greyfield. We did not do that.
Just go and do it. Honestly,
I'm not doing that. Tiberius, you are most orc-like than anybody. I'll let you do that. I'll push Tiberius forward.
I'll give him a hand.
What?
So this
chieftain's probably watching us like.
He's watching us like bickering in the middle of the hall.
Just like little kids, like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Guys, that's not what you do. Hand motions and everything. He's just watching us.
Alright, so what are we doing?
Alright, well, we're going to start walking forward, but I'm going to have Tiberius in the front with me as we get going.
I'm going to stand right back.
As you guys are pontificating on this a little bit, you hear this quite loud billowing voice goes, "Oi, come here and talk to me while I'm young and before the need to pass my bowels becomes too strong. Today." He kind of starts gesturing forward.
Alright, we'll all walk forward, I suppose.
Right, Tiberius, just don't piss him off. Just do the thing.
Do the thing, Tiberius.
This
Right.
Kneel and kiss his ring. Kneel and kiss his ring. I'll push him
kiss his
forward.
ring.
I'm not kissing his ring.
On his hand, you dickhead.
What are you doing? Because he's standing there, like just standing there. And obviously, you've got the big Goliath behind with the axe.
Well, I'll take charge. I'm not gonna kneel. I'm not gonna kiss his ring.
Oh God!
But I'll introduce us sort of as a group.
So just go on then. So you say you go on then.
Yeah. Fuck.
You're on the spot now. You're on the spot.
Come on, lean slightly over to Nerdz. Like, he's got cold feet.
He's got cold feet. Has he got narcolepsy again? Has he passed out?
So he kind of looks you over and he's waiting.
Do you know what? This is generally making me that stressed. I've just downed my old fucking can of drink.
I'm gonna take a step forward in front of Tiberius as he just stands there, not saying a word.
He's just like a single drop of sweat goes down Tiberius's
I'm gonna look up to the chieftain. I'm not kneeling or kissing his hand, but I'm gonna say, "Good day, chieftain," and I'm gonna put my arm back to the group. We are the Illustrious Eight, and we heard that you might are contracting work to mercenary groups. Something regarding the culling of the nearby hot nests.
He's deep, kind of. You want to go over there and deal with the hot nests? He kind of turns around to his steward, the great big Goliath behind, says, Fancy yourselves capable warriors, then, do you? Think you can handle Remoras?
Can I just nudge Space and go? You forgot to kneel and kiss his ring.
He's kind of like sucking on his teeth a little bit. Like, what do you make of them, Rawvac? Do you think they'll survive the trip? And the Goliath is just with the white eyes, just standing there and just kind of like twists their legs and says, perhaps. Well, the contract has been signed out, but last I checked, they've not left yet, so it's fair game as far as I'm concerned, as long as somebody goes to do it. Offer you the same money that I'm going to pay them, though.
They're just a group of youthful idiots, to be honest. You have confidence in them?
I know. No confidence whatsoever, but I've got no other options until you all turned up. So...
Well,
Can I use
well
my
that seems like a
military
better
rank?
option.
Can I use my military rank to get better terms?
You could try, but what are you going to say with regards to your military rank?
Like you're hiring like more expertised group than just your average like running the mill mercenary. You're dealing with a professional fighting force, not whatever the hell they were. We've come down from the north. We fought beasts, monsters, and people along the way. So we're asking for better terms.
Okay, give me a persuasion check and we'll see how well you do, and then we'll talk about what terms you're in better, more money, basically.
More or less.
Haggle for a bit more money.
Right, let's just hope that me doing this doesn't mess up the stingy. Gotta be quick.
While he's doing that, sorry, DM, what was the chieftain's name again? Apologies.
Guldran.
Right,
Guldran,
13.
the
Guldran.
chieftain.
Okay.
And Rawvac is the one he referred to, the Goliath behind him.
Yeah,
He
I
looks like
got
a
him.
bodyguard, but is actually a steward as well.
Oh, nice.
It says, if you're trying to get more money out of me, scaly fellow, you won't. The contract is for the contract amount. It's the same amount that was paid last time. It's the same amount that will be paid next time. Take it or leave it. As I said, I've already got somebody to fulfill it.
How much?
Yeah, but will they
is it?
fulfill it?
How much is it worth? 800 in gold on payment of your return, with proof of each Remoras that you've slain.
Can we go to 1,000?
Wait, is that per Ramrod?
Total. The assumption that you're going to slay more than one.
How many are we talking then?
It's just big, deep billowing. Trust me, when you're fighting one, you'll be fighting more than one. So I've got no concerns that you'll come back with more after killing more than one of them.
Right. And you said the others are already gone? They've already shot off the other guys with the contract?
Aware they're still in town?
Oh, they're still in town?
Not left yet, as far as I know.
So,
Long before they go, though.
You'd send the youth of your town to die instead of some random folk that have come down from the north offering to help. I mean, our
Like a
lives,
mammoth.
in comparison, easy to throw away compared to your locals.
He's kind of looking at you. What exactly are you implying?
I mean, don't mean to insult, but it just seems a bit stupid to kill your youth.
You've got a lot of stones to come in my hall and call the chieftain of Axepoint stupid boy. Me explain something to you, and he puts this big green finger across you. Job needs doing. They're the ones that wanted to do it, and until you turned up, They're the only option I had. So you either do the contract and get paid for it, or they do it. Makes no difference to me.
And in reference to what you've just said, had. So would you be able to send someone out to tell them to not go and send us instead?
Sure. I'll find someone to let them know the contract is being fulfilled by another party. But if you don't go by tomorrow morning, still fair game.
What have I just fucking done?
I think you just signed us up.
I think I just hopped the gun. I think I just hopped the bolt there.
Why
Sorry.
don't we take these people and go with them? So the more people we've got, the more.
That's
we have to
more
split
people we
money,
have to
and
split
then
the
we have
money
to-
with.
And we have to
Yeah,
risk
that's
them
true.
trying to kill us.
Maybe
to
we
keep
make sure
all
they
the
don't
money.
come back with the good old.
Plus, I mean, there's the guy's nephews there, and they're youthful idiots, as I've said. So yeah, Cyrus has got a point. They could try and get us on the way back, maybe for the money. I don't know.
Probably be more of a liability anyway if we take him with us. Surely he'd be all right.
What's it gonna be then? Like
Really,
I said, I need to take a shit. I haven't got all day to wait for you.
So, what are these beasts that were going to fight like furry ones, or are they like scaly or whatever?
Tiberius, what the fuck you on about, man?
They're insects.
Did you not listen to our debrief in the tavern before we came? Chieftain, don't worry about him. He's got narcolepsy. We will go talk to the other contracted group, and we'll settle it between us. You won't have to worry yourself, Chieftain. We'll settle
Just
it between groups.
Send someone out to we'll have a word
Don't
with them
listen
as
to
well.
the
But send
owl
that
either. We'll
person.
settle it between two groups. Nothing to worry, Chieftain.
It's most gracious of you. Well, if there's nothing else, speak to Rovak. He'll sign the contract up with you, and happy hunting. And with that, he says, done. And that he stands up, and you get a real measure of the size of the bloke as he stands up. He's a very burly, large, almost matching, almost in size with the Goliath that he's next to. And he says, he looks around and just kind of stuff a bit of a snigger, and then just gets off and walks off down, leaving Rovak standing there. And he says, he's just watching you. Basically, he's not saying anything. He's just watching you, waiting for somebody to decide to take the contract.
Well, we might as well do it now, won't we? 800 gold, a fancy looking sword, and I get to use swing the axe. What more do we want?
I mean, we all know that I'm down. It's whether you lot are.
Fuck it, it'd be fine. Cyrus, Luminara, Arwen.
I'll have another brush with death. Why not?
Fuck it. I'll go up and right. Rovak, is it?
Just grumbles, just nods, and just lets out a grunt.
Where do we sign then?
And he kind of leans into a back, like a satchel he's got hanging out of his back pocket, and pulls out a piece of paper which he places on the table in front of him. And then there you notice there is like inks and quills set aside there, and with a great big meaty finger, he just like taps down at the bottom, and you see contracts of employment in services of Axepoint for works to cull the population. It's the general legal terminology, and then he just puts a big finger at the end there, and you see the pre-signed by Chief Gauldron, and then a space where you can put your signature above it.
So I'll pick up a quill and I'll put it down on the paper, but not sign just yet, and sort of look behind and maybe just get one last nod of approval before I sign it. Torek? Nod? Tiberius?
Yeah, I'll just nod.
Pike? I know you're up for it. Arwen?
Well, I'm guessing I'm coming with you.
Luminara?
Let's do this.
Cyrus?
You do realize we're going back.
I ain't gonna be much of a help because all I know is how to use fire, but
You
fuck
got a
it.
sword, haven't you? Osro?
I'm in. How do we get to the island?
4 days travel or something like that. They said
2 days, isn't it?
Not 4 days.
Is there a
two days? 2 days northwest to the. Well, he will give you some information. Basically, he'll give you instruction that you're going to need to head 2 days northwest towards and seek a transport across the fjord to the islands from the locals, etc. That may be in the region. So to answer somebody's question, a mammoth will not be able to come with you.
Ah, fuck.
that thing can
The
swim.
mammoth is going to have to stay on the shore.
We could just leave it here if need be.
We could shrink the mammoth
And if you
with
want to,
Luminara spell, and maybe it would fit on the boat.
Reduce.
possibly reduce size, yeah. Take a...
Or we enlarge the boat.
Would it just scrape against the bottom, maybe, though, with all the weight?
I'll chuck
No,
the
the
squiggle
buoyancy
on
would be
then,
good.
and I'll chuck the squiggle on, and we'll spin round, and I'll give the little Rorvac a little nod. I'll look up a long way and sort of nod.
So he kind of glances from you to the piece of paper, gives a nod of approval, folds it up, and places it in his pocket. And that's the point where he basically says, "Head northwest, look for the fishermen that are traversing the fjord. A way of crossing. They're used to dealing with adventurers going across. And, good luck."
Right, guess we're doing this then.
You guys are Remoraz hunters now.
Now we gotta find this other group and tell them that they're out of luck. We're fucking taking the work now.
Rorvac could do that, wouldn't he?
I can't believe I basically called a chieftain a
Where's
coward.
the other group staying? Do you know where they're staying before they head out tomorrow?
Rorvac just kind of looks at you, just shakes his head. Shakes his head.
Nowhere in town you can think of
Very
where a bunch of like never swing a sword before mercenaries would stay. Is there like a
Give me a persuasion check.
oh god,
Persuasion check.
-1?
Oh, you? God.
Oh god, I got 10.
Kind of lets out a deep sigh, and then he just says, "Try the forge."
Guys, we were there earlier. We didn't see nobody. We'll try again. Thank you. And I'll set that out.
All right.
Okay. Guess we'll head out.
As they're walking out, I just lean down to Mike, be like, I wasn't
head
too
back.
harsh to the chieftain now, was I?
Oh, you pissed him right off, mate.
Oh, fuck.
You don't stop a chieftain. You don't get in between a chieftain and his shit.
Any
And,
man in their shit for that matter.
Bloody hell.
So, heading back out into the town then, and retracing your steps to the centre of town. In fact, we can return to the centre of town all
Is
of us
that
together.
same guard still at the gate? Is it the same 2 guards?
Yeah, they've both returned. The one is like leaning against the wall a little bit, and the other one's just kind of standing there.
As we walk out, I want to look at the one that we were like talking with that was like leaning over his spear, and I'm gonna say, "That's right, we got the contract. Enjoy standing at your post all day." And I'm gonna start walking down the hill.
You see him mouth something. You see him mouth something that's.
If you see our mammoth, just remember that's us. As I'm like further down the hill, like
Just
getting
like turns
quieter.
around, just like walking backwards.
I was gonna say.
I'm getting quieter as I'm like going down the hill.
Okay. We can now go to. Let's just bring that up there. Resume session, and that is going to be you lot in the in a memento. That's going to be all of you lot in the center of town, not far from the Terrible Tusk and the. He said the Forge. That's what he said to you, the Forge. Okay. So that's where you find yourselves. Swifty, if you just want to drop over to the map.
Yeah, it's
And
done.
oh, so I think mine's on a slight delay. Okay, so you're in the center of town. You see, in fact, actually, they have moved off now. There's no sign of them. It's relatively quiet at the moment. There's a few people about, but it's a little quieter than it was when you first were there. Okay.
Well, guys, what do you want to do?
All right.
Anything we need to do before we head off to kill some insects?
Wait.
Well, I gotta work for the tabaxi, don't I?
Oh yeah. Arwen, we'll have a sleep. But did you want a apothecary? I can never fucking say it. Apothecary?
Apothecary.
Or a general store and potions and whatnot? Or Luminara?
I might need something to help us kill these things if they're immune to fire and cold. That's
Yeah, we might need to stop by. If there is one.
I think they said there is one. There's a
something.
general store. Didn't they say there was a
Yeah,
general store?
no.
Did you have
Sulfur said there's an apothecary as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fleece Bottom Goods.
Fleece.
all right.
We can go there. I'm
Hey,
not the
you
apothecary.
over there. We need help. I'll point to like the nearest person.
There's a young town herald who's still standing there. He doesn't seem to be doing a lot of town heralding at the moment, but
Hey, yeah, you come here.
kind of wanders over. Says, "Yeah, mate. Yeah. What can I do for you?"
Yeah, good day. We're new in town. We're looking for some directions to a couple different establishments.
Right, I'll see what I can do for you. Where do you want to go?
We got Fleece Bottom Goods. Is that what it's called, Joe?
That's behind you, behind Brimstone's Forge, just down that road there. And he points to that little brazier, that fire, and put down that direction. He says, just on the back side there, right next to it.
All right. We're also looking for. We were told just the Forge. Is there like multiple blacksmiths? Because we were already at Brimstone's earlier. We didn't see what we were looking for.
The Forge. That's what you're looking for. Not Brimstones, but you're looking for the Forge. Definitely the
Yeah,
Forge.
the Forge, like a blacksmith, right? That's what the Forge is.
Kind of smiles. You see his face flushes a little bit. He says, "That's the Iron Sons HQ. It's just a little house, few roads down. They kind of just hang around there. Though I don't know what you'd want to see them for. But it's back that way, and he looks over his shoulder and directs you down the road.
All right, thank you. And last, what else do we need, guys? Magic, apothecary, witches, or anything like that in town?
Anything like that is Fleece Bottoms.
Oh, perfect. Hey, thank you, and I'll nod to him.
All right then, and he starts calling out. He says, "Nostramar winter finally upon us. Villagers and townsfolk worried about food stocks lasting until spring." And just starts basically talking about there's some mention of the Chainbreaker rebellion to the east and various things like that. He just starts calling out. Okay.
Is there anything to this? Any news from the south?
News from the south. A dragon sighting, apparently.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, dragon sighting. Don't see it very often, but yeah, apparently there's been a dragon sighting to the south. Oh, somewhere across the border. Wintelians problems, but not our side.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
we have to ask about
Yeah, Wintelian problems.
shit.
Yeah, that's the only news I got from south.
Shit.
What about directions from the south? Do you know much of the main roads heading south, or is there like a survival expertise in town that might give us some good directions?
I've never gone that way myself, but you've got, the main trade road that runs north to south. That takes you through the Festa swamps, though. Couldn't think of any reason why anyone would want to go through there. But
Is that the quickest way south, though? So what if we were heading south?
Quickest, no. Most direct, yes. But yeah, most would go round. They'd take the roads to the east, but you're probably adding a few weeks travel onto your journey.
Say we did cut through the swamps. Is there anything we're looking at in there? Any creatures, bandits, or is it just a lot of wetland to slow down?
I've never met anybody who's gone through the swamp, so I couldn't tell you, to be honest. But it's usually avoided.
All right. What about the east road then? Is that cut through the mountain? Is it plains? How's that add weeks to our travel?
Several weeks. You're heading closer towards the Empire. You're heading back closer towards the Imperial provinces then, and then you're making the road. Comes from Vaughan-Ross. Likely you're heading towards Montelier, I suppose, if you're going that way. Depends where you want to go to.
No offense, but anywhere warmer.
You want to go south then? Well, if it was me, I'd either go west towards the coast and cut all the way around it, but it depends how many weeks you've got to spare, or I'd go east and pick up the road down to Montelier. If you're desperate and you go through the swamps, then, well, pack something that repels bugs, I suppose.
How long do you think it would take us to get through the marshes if we're looking to just get south quick before the winter hits?
I couldn't say. Never known anyone to go in there. Marshland, though, is marshland, and it'd take you twice as long, I'd imagine, to traverse it.
I'll kind of look back to the group to see if they have any questions for the kid.
Oh, not me.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, so in terms of what we're doing, where we want to get to, there's a bit of shopping to be done. You've got potentially to try and find this little clubhouse, the Forge, the Iron Sons call it. You've got the apothecary / general store, Fleece Bottom Goods, which is on the road just behind this one. You want to try and wrap those things up with some expediency and get on the... Oh, and also, Torrik, you're off to do some work for Sulfur, potentially.
Yep. Not potentially.
Okay,
I've ordered it each time. I need to do.
In what
I ain't
order
let
do
a
you want to do
blacksmith
these
down
things?
yet.
In what order do you all want to do these things?
I'm quite. I've spent all my gold on the axe, so I will follow whoever. I guess what's the closest to us that we know about? Is it the general store?
The general store is... There is a building just behind...
Yeah. Okay.
Just behind Brimstone Forge. Yeah, there's a building just behind there.
Should we head there first?
Is that the apothecary as well?
Yeah.
Or is that separate?
Yeah, that's
Fleece
Fleece
Bottom.
Bottom Goods.
Same place.
Fleece Bottom Goods. Yeah.
It's the same.
Yeah, let's go there
Fleece
first. I
Born,
want to
yeah,
try and
good,
start
yeah.
this fucking Gin Blossom.
Okay, Fleeceborn Goods. Okay then. Right, so everybody is heading. So as the town cry goes off and starts shouting to the world again, you all head towards Fleeceborn Goods. My apologies, not Fleece Bottom, Fleeceborn Goods. I have to read my own notes. Okay then. It's a relatively small establishment just behind the Sulphur's forge. As you approach and step inside, it'll even be potentially a little bit of a squeeze.
I can hang around outside. It's fine. I don't need anything. I won't go in.
Okay. Pike is going in. Is anybody else going in? Required to go in? Thinking for expediency's sake, does everybody need to go in, or is it just people who want to do something?
I'll go in.
I'll go in.
Well, I need food supplies, so
I'm sorry, is that samurai armor in the top right there? It's the
It's an
Godric.
armor. It's an armor of sorts. We will not be saying it's samurai armor. Do not try and purchase samurai armor. It's not there.
Not non-copyrighted.
Please do not try and
Yeah.
purchase any.
Do not
samurai
look at the
armor.
armor.
Yeah, is it a samurai armor? Is it? I mean, it's got a dragon head on the wall as well. Let's yeah, it's got some kind of dragon thing on the.
I mean, you got
We'll say that's
what looks
fake.
like a wee fox in the bottom left.
So the dragon head is a replica. Okay. Okay, I've got Tiberius, Luminara, and Pike inside them,
Me too.
and Cyrus as well. Okay then. So
I'll-
as the
I'll
rest
just
of
do
you Okay. You see there is a man in there standing there and a younger woman either side, and they see you come in. Well, mate, step inside out of the cold, close the door. Welcome to Fleeceborn Goods. What can I assist you with?
I'll look at Pike. Go first.
Well, hello there. You've come highly recommended that in your knowledge of herbs and flowers.
I have a little skill, yes.
Oh, she's so modest. I've got some very rare, delicate, and quite frankly, tantalizing. Would you like to maybe purchase said thing?
I'll take a look at it, sure. Place it on the counter. What is it? And where did you find it?
I believe it's called a gin blossom.
I'm familiar with it, yes. It's a rare flower from the northern mountains.
Very rare, indeed. I'm looking to part way with it. My herbalism skills aren't quite up to the task with this one. So I'm kind of looking to part ways with it.
Okay. How much are you? I've got my notes from my bushcraft thing at the minute. So, how much are you looking to part with it for?
From my very limited knowledge, I'm sure it's worth about 1,000 gold.
I'm sure. Now we're going back a good old amount of time. I'm sure I stated it would not be worth 1,000 gold. Did I say that
I'm
in
pretty sure you told me a fully grown gin blossom was 1,000 gold, because I have it written on my note of the inventory.
I think I read out. I think I made the mistake of reading out what they said it was. I think we might need to readdress that point. It's been a year since we've done that. I'm still finding the notes on a gin blossom.
That was like the third section. You had a
Really?
flower in your pocket for months.
Now, is it G? Was it G? Gin blossom? Was it J?
J, I think. Jinn is how I spell it.
I thought it was DJ.
If you turn it into like a perfume too, that was like 5,000.
It might have been, it might have been like DJ actually.
Here we go. Zero plane appears for arrangements, wedding ceremonies, display in elven courts. These plants emit mild breezes in all directions. Gin blossom grows to its full size in roughly a year, after which time it requires even more careful. Okay, dose of gin blossom perfume costs 400 gold and grants 2+. Okay, a mature plant. So okay, yeah, according to this.
Go on, how much is it?
This is saying 1,000 gold, but this is their the interpretation of it. I made the mistake of clearly reading this out to you.
That's what you told me, my friend.
I know you've been holding on to this thinking you're going to sell it for 1,000 gold, and I do not want to be the one to burst your bubble. But we will.
No. I've been holding on to this because I was going to do herbalism, but someone wouldn't sell me a fucking herbalism book for a year.
Okay. Have you got the herbalism book now?
No.
No, you never got one.
No, I never got one. You kept bum fucking me every time we went to a town. I tried multiple times to buy a herbalism book, and you're like, they don't want to sell you it. Why?
Oh well.
I don't know.
At least you're not going to leave this place disappointed, because guess what? There'll probably be a herbalism kit here for you, but what there won't be.
I have a herbalism kit. I wanted a book. I wanted a book, a guide. I have the kit.
Oh, a guide to plants. You can probably find a guide. I'll probably get you a guide, but you won't.
It's too late now. I've changed.
You said I'm not a wizard anymore.
It's too fucking late now.
Anyway,
I had to drop.
I got help to drop the bars.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so he looks it over, and you said 1,000 gold to him.
No, I've said I've heard in in the high class circles that it's worth 1,000 gold, a fully grown one.
I'm afraid that I don't know anybody who would be willing to pay 1,000 gold for one. Certainly not anybody in this town. I myself can give you 50 gold for it.
Shit, that's 50 more gold than I have. I'll sell it to you.
Oh God.
It's a steep drop, isn't it?
You're such a joker, sir. Such a do you do stand up on the tavern around the corner on the weekends, or is this just like a little comedy routine you do in your shop here?
I could be tempted to pay 65, but no more.
I could be tempted to backhand you just for the statement of that cost. That's offensive.
You won't get any.
This guy's heart set on a grand.
Would not get 1,000 for it.
I knew I wasn't going to get a grand for it. I didn't expect a 2,000% loss.
It's a flower that you picked. It's like free profit.
I had to fucking roll for that shit. I'm better off keeping it at that point and making the fucking perfume that gives me a permanent 2+ charisma.
Perfume's worth some decent money, some reasonably good money. So,
How much?
but he'll pay. You could probably sell the perfume for 200 gold.
That's awkward because when you gave it to me, you told me 400.
I know. I read what was on there.
All right, let's make the perfume right now. I got this alchemist supplies.
You
I'm
just
sorry to burst.
plop yourself down in
I
the
can make
middle of the
perfume
room.
with the alchemist supplies, so we could probably do that.
I will endeavour next time not to just read it off and then leave it at that. I will assess before I give you the item. That's mad money for a plant. Who the hell's Christ Almighty? That's mental.
You is who?
I didn't write
You is
the
who?
That was when he was a baby DM.
That was early days.
That was like
Wait,
what, the
hang on a
third
minute.
session? The third session we done?
The description. Let me backtrack.
Oh, yeah,
slightly.
I found this flower a while early on.
About 100 gold. He will offer you 100 gold for it. Now, all right, that's not 1,000, but he will offer you 100 gold for it because it is rare. It is crossed over during. It's native from the plains of air, isn't it? So it's kind of like something that materializes comes into the material plane at very selective points. So we'll offer you 100
come
gold.
across during an eclipse.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it and make the actual perfume.
You deserve to smell fancy.
Plus 2
Like,
charisma
deserve to
though.
smell
Permanent.
fancy.
It's a permanent boost.
No, wait, it's a 24-hour boost, but
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
but
just
you could spend it for more than 100 gold.
In that case, I
There
can
you
make perfume. Just sell it. Yeah, I can make the perfume, like basic perfume.
What do you want to do, Pike? 100 gold.
feel like you're
Fuck me,
seething
man.
inside Pike.
I'll take 50 of the gold when you sell it to him too. We'll split it.
I bet if Pike had his camera on, we just see like a very big frown but a smile.
Beam coming
I'm
off
fucking
him.
raging.
I'm giving him his sword. He can't be. Well, I'm not giving him his sword, but
Are you not giving me the sword?
It's under very dangerous circumstances. You are getting your sword that you want. So
I'll probably die.
You already have. You can't do it twice.
okay.
I don't even know if it's worth me selling this for this fucking 100 gold. I'm more tempted just to get someone to make the fucking perfume now.
Yeah, make the perfume, sell it, because you'll get more gold for it.
Yeah.
You want a few moments to think on it while I deal with the other.
Let someone else do some stuff. I'm trying. Sorry, I'm trying to think.
A few moments
Don't
to
worry, don't
mourn
worry.
on the old price.
Who? Tiberius and Luminara came in, and Cyrus as well. Did any of you want to purchase anything from Fleeceborn Goods?
Food. Surprise.
It's ration supplies.
Yeah.
So they offer basic travelling supplies, cured meats and things like that. They source a lot of their stock from the same place that. Let me get her name so I don't screw it up. From Plump Pie's Bakery as well, so a lot of the same supplies, but they do more of the cured meats and the travelling supplies. You could purchase 10 rations if you wanted to for 5 gold. 10. Yep, 10 rations would be 5 gold.
Oh, now I'm thinking. Do I buy 50? 50 gold worth.
So you want 50 golds worth, 5 gold for 10. So
That'd be
500
500
rations. 500 rations. I mean, that's hefty to carry. That's going in carts.
Yeah, it's definitely going in carts.
Who's
Do you know
cart
what,
you
yeah.
using, mate?
I am using whatever cart is available.
It's also five. It's also for a single ration is £2. So
That's £1,000.
it's a lot of weight as well. It's pretty heavy.
What you guys think? Shall I just buy 500 rations worth of food? I'm actually in the cart for all of us.
Just
Would
why
the,
don't
would
you
the
just
shop
do
even
2
have
gold?
that much there?
No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't.
Oh,
Just
gee.
enough for the week.
Right, I'll buy 100 rations worth.
Okay, so 20. I'm quick maths in that. What's the 100 rations then? So
100 rations. Be 20 gold, wasn't it?
Yes, that's what I was. 20 gold. I think so. Yeah, top of my head. 100 rations worth. Then you can buy 100 rations.
Yeah.
£2. Still pretty heavy, man. It's a lot to carry. You gonna carry that out there?
But we don't need no food for a long time to come.
Yeah, okay. All right then. So 100 rations worth 20 gold.
Right, no one needs to buy rations now.
Tiberius has sorted out your food
Oh,
requirements all the way
okay.
to Dumont. 100 rations. 20 gold. Okay. All right then. So you've paid for that then. That's sorted you out.
Yeah.
Okay. Luminara or Cyrus?
Yes, I'm gonna walk up to the counter and go to the guy because he's the one that's been talking the whole time. I'm gonna pull out my alchemist kit and just tell him, I'm an aspiring alchemist. I've been dabbling. I like to know kind of the general area that I'm in at the time. We're kind of new to the area. You know, I heard there's marshes to the south. I'm just wondering if you know anything about the flora and fauna down there, because we're looking to head anywhere but here. No offense. We want to get out of the cold, either south or east. So I'm just kind of getting prepared for whatever way we decide to go.
You'd be referring to the Festa marshes. Yes, it sits on the border between Nostramar and Wintelis. It's pretty expansive, both to cross it from north to south or south to north, and also in terms of distance that it is from west to east and east to west. It's quite an expansive marshland. Flora and fauna is what you would expect from marshes if you're familiar with traversing them. Expect a lot of insects, a lot of water dwelling creatures. You can pick up a few plants along the way. Some might even fetch you. Some might even be worth 1,000 gold. He says you might be prepared to pick up some rare plants along the way, but by all means, I would suggest be careful. It's the Festa Marshes. It's not a particularly pleasant place to traverse.
Is there anything you would suggest if we decided to go through the marshes? Anything that might help us keep insects or other creepy crawlies away, or help us fight them if we decide to go through the marshes?
You might be able to find certain ointments that can assist with repelling the insects. I might be able to find something that would assist. But well, I would need to look into it. I would need to look at the inventory and see what I could find for you.
Then my last question, I heard some rumors about the area in the marshes itself. Is there anything we should be aware of? We just came from the north, past Mistlight Forest. We heard some crazy rumors about that forest if you've been up there. But we've heard some rumors about the marshes. Like a dragon was spotted down south. I've heard of undead in the marshes. Is there anything crazy like that you know of?
The marshes is often talked about when people refer to the Battle of Steel Fields. It's about 75 years since the battle. It was a place that drew a lot of necromancy some years ago, decades ago. It's rumored that a lot of dead still wander throughout the marshes, old soldiers put to rest. The wildlife is particularly dangerous in certain places, and it's often said that if you don't keep your footing and if you don't stick to known trails, if you get lost, some people have gone wandering for weeks without knowing where they are. It is easy to get turned around. With respect to the dragon, there's always rumors of dragons here and there.
The town herald said there was a dragon on the border, so we don't know how true that is. Did you hear anything about that?
I've heard them talk about dragons in the past. Dragons, they keep to themselves. They stay in the mountains. They don't tend to go anywhere near where people are frequenting, unless they have need to cause. It's possible that a dragon might be in the marshes, but your guess is as good as mine on that one.
And that battle, that Steel Fields, is that the north side of the marshes on this side, or would that be down on the Wintelis side of the marsh?
Closer to the Wintelian side. Battle was fought more on Wintelian territory.
Anything you know about that? I'm a pretty big history buff. I like to read when we're setting up camp. Do you got any material on the marshes or that battle from around here? Or would another store or library might have that?
I'm not aware of any reading material specifically on the battle. I can tell you what I know, which isn't much. It was a border dispute between the city of Dumont on Wintelian side and the cities of Glacier and Vornros on the Nostramarian side. They rallied armies and fought over some kind of insult. It's many decades ago. It was a bloody battle, and in the years that followed, a lot of necromancers were drawn to the region because of the massive supply of bodies that were unclaimed. I also heard rumor that there was a particular order set up because of it, but I don't know much on that.
What kind of order? I mean, I'm a blood hunter myself. Is it a blood hunter school, or what do you mean by order?
No, I know your blood hunter kind. I've seen them before. No, this was some kind of paladin order, light worshippers, sun worshippers of some sort. They say that they set up some kind of a monastery of some kind in the mountains to the east. And it was supposed to be to combat the necromancer threat in the area, but it is so many years ago. Who knows if they're even still there?
I'll kind of nod to him. Thank you. We head south, we'll definitely be careful through those marshes. Look through your supply, because we might be back for some ointment or anything you have if we decide to head there.
I'll see what I have in stock that might be able to assist you.
I'll kind of take a step back, let Tiberius and Luminara.
Okay, so I've got a note there before next session to have some stuff. Yep.
Can I ask him that he keeps talking about insects? Is he talking about big insects or small insects?
You get the impression from how he's referencing it that he's talking about the general environment of the marshes, that it's going to be humid, damp, and the general insect problem is going to be quite consistent. Now he hasn't necessarily said big ones, but that doesn't mean that there aren't. But I think he's generally, you get the impression that he's referring to his quintessential swamp infested.
Yeah. Okay.
Think flies, lots of that kind of stuff.
Okay. So I'll go up to the shopkeeper and sort of ask like if they sell anything to help with like resistant to fire, or maybe something like poison, or like maybe acid, or maybe stuff to make that stuff.
Potions of fire or poison resistance. Okay, bear with me just a moment. He says, let me check my inventory on the computer.
D&D Beyond.
Oh, no, not D&D Beyond. I've got another resource for that. Shops. Let's have a little look. Because I don't want to send you away every time, and let's have a look, see what I can do for you. Let me see what I can do for you. Okay. D&D virus. All I need to know is what type of potion it is, whether it's common, uncommon, or whatever, and then I should have an answer for you.
All right.
Bear with me. Hold the phone caller. Jeez. Uncommon. Okay. He says, you know, I think I might just have something. Fire resistance potion. Rare to come across somebody who wants one. I won't ask why it is. Is it one you want?
How many do you have, and how much is it gonna cost me?
Usually fire resistance potion somewhere in the region of 250, but perhaps I could give you a bulk discount if you buy multiple ones, perhaps.
It's 250, like copper, or like what?
Gold, I'm afraid.
Oh. I look down at my coin pouch. I only have like 100 gold.
It's an uncommon. It's a fight.
Damn, y'all rich still. 100 gold, man. I got fucking 11 silver.
We got nothing left.
We're all fucking rich.
Well, what do we have on sale today? Do we have anything on sale today? See, I'm working with a budget here.
A bargain potion bin.
A bunch of bottles. He's, you know what? He directs you towards a barrel at the back of the shop, and he says, I keep a few potions in there, but I confess the labels have fallen off almost all of them. So,
oh god,
lucky
mystery
potions.
potion.
Do it.
You're welcome to help yourself and root through there. I'll charge you 10 gold per potion that you pull out.
Okay. Can I do rolls for these potions that I pull out?
that is crazy.
I want to pull out 3 potions.
So
I kind of just want to reach in and grab 3.
3 random potions with no label on.
Lucky
You have to pay
You're
him
gonna
40
have
gold.
the worst tummy ache.
This one looks
And
good.
we ate
Drink
and we
it
ate
and
3
fucking,
gold.
like, explode.
Potion of
Right,
fireball.
so
Huh, I wonder what this does.
You know,
See
we're
if
going to
I
be
can
fighting
find
these
a-
Remoraz things, and Lumina's just going to be at the back going, eeny, meeny, miney, but I'm just gonna try this
Okay.
one.
This one looks good. Just drink it.
It'll be even
This
worse
is
if she's
not-
got like a healing potion and then the label accidentally comes off of that one. It's like,
Oh, shit, yeah.
This is definitely worth a punt. This is. Give me a second. I'll have something.
you're gonna do a dice roll,
Yeah.
aren't you?
Imagine a potion that has the same effect as the fucking amulet that we've got.
I'm gonna think it's poison. Throw the jar at something. It's just gonna like enlarge the fucking insect.
Someone's gonna be given a potion. They're just gonna slowly float away in the air.
Okay. Okay. 2 seconds.
Relabel it Luminar and sell it back to him. 100 gold.
That Luminar.
Pour
would
it
do
into a new
that.
bottle.
Make your own label in the next shop we
Yeah.
go to. Say, hey,
This is
Okay.
a clean potion.
Give me 3 rolls on a d6. Do them one after the other. Found a way I can do this. So roll me 1d6.
6.
You got 6.
Mm-hmm.
Put Luminara on here because I'm going to need to know this for next time. Right.
Let me know when you want the next one.
I wouldn't trust anything he says. He'll change his mind in 6 to 7 working weeks.
Have you still decided yet, Pike, what you're doing? Are you still seething?
I'm probably just
He's
gonna
smiling.
fucking
He's
stand it.
smiling.
Probably just gonna stand it, man. I'm not doing anything with these fucking herbs because no one would sell me a guide.
you don't need a guide. Be like me and buy every little ingredient from every shop we've been to so far.
Hey,
Timber,
2
can I have a
seconds.
go with the mystery
One of these
bubble?
days, I'm just gonna start throwing them in
Ah, yeah.
during a long rest and see what happens.
Okay, give me a second number. Give me a second d6 roll.
A 1.
Oh,
Shit.
Okay.
Timber, you just flicking through pages with each number she gives.
There's a way. And give me your third number.
A 3. Why was it like the beginning and the end and the
yeah,
middle?
I was gonna say, it's like slap bang in the middle and each.
I'm curious what these
Okay.
numbers will mean.
The numbers,
Okay,
Mason. What do they mean?
Luminara, you pick 3 bottles, 3 unlabeled bottles at random that you have in your possession for 30 gold. Okay.
All right. Can I put these on the counter and like maybe have him, examine them? Maybe he can give me a little bit of information about each one, possibly, that he might know.
He can possibly identify one of them for you. So if you choose a number between 1 and 3, he'll identify that one for you.
Ooh, okay. 1.
Okay. He picks up the bottle. He gives it a bit of a smell, looking for any indication of what may be in it. And he goes, He says, I wondered where this went. And he says, what you have there is a bona fide, genuine potion of water breathing.
Nice.
that's my
And
piss jar.
That would have been useful in the first session.
You can breathe underwater for 1 hour after drinking this potion. It's a cloudy green fluid that smells of the sea and has a jellyfish-like bubble floating in it.
Lush.
Okay.
So you have that one is known. You have a potion of water breathing. Okay.
Okay.
Can
Is
I have a
that
go with
like just like a common one or something?
It's actually not. It's uncommon. So you've
Okay.
done pretty well there on that one. You've made your money
Nice.
back and then some on that one alone.
Sir,
Okay.
I would like to offer
Alright.
you a potion of water breathing.
For 250 gold.
Up
Timber,
front.
can I have a go with the mystery bubble?
You want to spin on the barrel as well? Do you now? How many are you going
I
for?
want two.
You're going for 2. Okay. Roll me a number between on your first one between a d6. So it's 20 gold spent. Okay.
Yeah. Watch me get absolute dog shit now.
Won't find out until you drink it.
Drink it now. One of you just drink it now. Just drink one of them.
I got 3.
Okay. Okay.
And 2.
Okay. Two. Okay. Right.
So I suppose you could
pull
tell
out.
me what they are.
He can identify one for you. Which one do you want identified?
Yeah. Doesn't matter, does it?
Do you? 1 or 2?
Go for 2.
Okay. He kind of leans down and smells it, and he goes. At first, he goes. I'm led to believe this is a potion of healing, but it's not. Something that says an undertone of something that makes me think differently. I think what you have here is a potion of poison. So be very careful not to mix it in with your health potions. Okay, so you have a potion of poison. The concoction looks, smells, and tastes like a potion of healing or other beneficial potion. However, it is actually a poison masked by illusion magic. An identify spell reveals its true nature. If you drink it, you take 3d6 poison damage, and you must succeed on a DC 13 Constitution saving throw or be poisoned. Okay, there's a bit more blurb to it, but I give you that. That's what you've got there. Okay.
Sweet.
Right. So that's a few goes on the mystery barrel. So we've got potentially, Pike. Did you say you want to sell your flour for your 50? No, 100 gold. We said 100 gold, didn't we?
I mean,
if
not originally, but
God. You gotta let it go, buddy. You gotta let it go. 1,000's a mad amount of money for a flower. I will do more due diligence next time when I'm reading those things.
Next time I'll sell it quicker.
All right. So, did you want to sell it?
Yeah, I'm not going to do anything with it. I'll just sell it.
Okay. So he says he will take it for you for 100 gold. So give yourself 100 gold and deduct your gin blossom. Okay. So that is Tiberius Luminar taken care of and Pike taken care of. Was there anybody else that was requiring, kind of probably approaching the wrap-up point momentarily? So is there anybody else that needed anything?
Real quick, briefly. So while they were shopping, I was outside. I kind of wandered over to the bakery.
Okay.
Any like donuts?
Do they do any donuts? So yeah. So as you're wandering over, you see this plump little lady with a very inviting smile. It's not too late for me to do her voice. I did have a voice prepared, but the next one. Yes, bakeries for pastries, donuts, pies, perfect pies, which is spelt Purrrrrfect. Perfect pies. Okay.
Okay.
Which are her famous specialty, meat pies. Perfect meat pies.
All right, I want a couple meat pies, a box of donuts. You got any bread?
Okay. There is bread, yeah, fresh loaves of bread as well. She's done pretty, yeah, you can have 3 rations worth of fresh bread.
And a couple more pies.
5 pies then.
Pies.
Bread.
3 loaves of bread.
Gold,
donuts.
3 loaves of bread. I say 15 gold in total for the lot.
Sold.
Okay. On your walk back over. Say again, sorry? Yeah, definitely talk to Mary May next time. On your walk back, are you trying any of this food at all or anything, or you saving it for later?
We'll save it for the trek.
All right then.
I want to eat it in front of the gang. So I want them to react.
100 rations worth of food. They don't
We
need
can
to
now
buy any.
add donuts to the cannon food of Drelis.
How much did I say? How much did I say for those rations, Tiberius?
It was 20 gold.
20
Because it was
gold for
10
100.
for 5.
10,
Yeah.
10 rations for 5. Okay, that was it. Yeah, sorry. 10 rations for 5 gold. Just have to make note of that for next time. Okay, cool. So that's that sorted. We will, unless anybody has anything really pressing, I think we're at 5 minutes to the absolute late point. So shall we knock it on the head there?
Can I grab a couple of those pies as well? I went over with Osro.
Yes, yes. So
I just want like
pies would have
4.
been
5.
To
I'll
be honest,
get
4 of them.
fancy
So,
it. I do fancy a
so,
pie.
it's how much silver? It's 10 silver to a gold piece, isn't it? So yeah, 30 silver, 3 gold pieces for the pies. Okay.
Thank
The
you.
signature speciality pies.
So how much was
Are
a
you
single
eating them?
pie?
10 silver pieces.
So I got 3
Magnus, you want a
pies.
pie?
Yeah, I'll have a pie. Why not?
Right. 2 pies, 1 for me, 1 for you. There we go. 20 silver.
So as you guys are all kind of, I'm assuming you're all kind of generally meeting out here, and Dolph is going to be looking pretty envious of these pies as well. He's thinking, like, oh, I think I might get myself one of those as well. Just out of
I'm gonna
curiosity,
give
is anybody
one-
just
I'll give 1 to Golf.
okay? So he takes it straight. He says, I don't even fancy saving mine. I think I'm going to eat it now. It might warm me up on this cold day, and he starts chomping into it. Okay.
Mhm.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I'm saving mine.
All
I'll
right.
save mine.
I'm
I've
gonna
already
save
had,
mine
I've already had
for
crappy mutton.
the next the day.
Well, is it warm? I'll eat it if it's warm.
Oh, yeah, they are warm. They're warm pies. Yeah.
While it's warm, yeah, I'll have one of my pies.
All right. Cool. On a final note, as you guys are leaving and I assume making your way back towards the tavern.
Yeah.
I assume. Yeah. There is
yeah,
a
to
note.
get a
There
drink.
is a notice board. There is a notice board. I haven't got it ready, but there is a couple of notes that I have prepared for it. I will have a proper notice board laid up for you, ready for the next session. But there is one note. If anybody, there's a notice board as you're passing the centre of town, and not far from where the town hall is. Does anyone want to have a quick glance at it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Okay. The one there is obviously you've got all your things about advertising for adventurers to go and take on the hot nests contracts, some general information about the town, properties are for sale, various bits and pieces like that. There is one small scroll note down the bottom which is almost goes unnoticed unless you're having a really good look at the notice board. That is just scrawled on it from somebody. It says, "Does anybody notice all the cats are disappearing in town?"
Cats.
Oh no.
Cats. Has anybody noticed all the cats are disappeared in town?
Perfect pie.
Oh, okay.
Just a little something to leave.
Oh no.
Just for those who are
Brilliant.
walking along, tucking into their pies. Somebody wants to
Wee
know where all the
tail
cats
coming out of one.
Osro spitting a
on
bit
that
of fur up.
And on that note, we will leave it for the evening, and we'll get the next session's planned actually. So yeah,
I'm just getting the best
well
pies
done,
in
everybody.
London song.
Sweeney Todd for the felines. All right, guys, we'll leave it. We'll knock it on the head there then.
Okay, nice sound. Thanks,
Alright.
Silver.